one of y'all. Welcome in, folks. This is the 510th episode of the Dean Withers Show. For everybody joining us on this beautiful evening, thank you for giving us some of the time out of your day for being here. For all of the first-timers that are tuning in, welcome in. You're in for a treat. These live streams are like a box of chocolates. You never really know what you're going to get. We spend 4 hours of our time every single day trying to change the minds of Trump supporters and just generally debating with people that we disagree with. Sometimes we have good faith, open and honest discussion, and other times, oh my God, we just talked to some of the world's craziest. Cool, quick call out. I'm looking at the calendar right now. We're around a week and a half away from my 22nd birthday, which is super exciting. So that's pretty cool. I just happen to see that looking down at my calendar literally right now. How cool is that, folks? But anyways, for all of the early birds who are tuning in, I really do appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure that you say what's good down below in that chat if you are watching on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, make sure to drop a like on that stream. And for everybody who is watching on TikTok, of course, this is a debate stream. We are trying to find some people to have some discussion with. So make sure that you are only hopping inside of that queue if you are here for debate. Recently, folks, we've had a lot of people joining that queue who are not Trump supporters, who are not here for a debate, who are just here to troll. So I would really appreciate you guys so very much if you could just do your very best to legitimately follow those rules. And one last welcome in to everybody who's just now tuning into the live stream. DB, appreciate you for the Safari Park. I see a lot of people down below in that chat saying what's good. So what is good? Good to see you all. What's the breaking news of the day? Well, Natalie Harper, one of Trump's aides, we've been talking about her a little bit. She's been called his binky. He just can't stay away from her. He's always right by this younger aide of his. Well, today we're learning that she's had access, possibly and likely had access to top secret classified intel. Yet for the last year and a half, she's actually refused to go through the security briefing process to get her that cleared access after looking at her background and looking at her connections. So that's interesting. Helen, thank you for the money gun. I'm, as always, experiencing some pretty bad allergies tonight. You're going to see me unplug the mic, lean off to the side of the screen, turn the camera off on YouTube just to blow my nose here in a bit. But we're going to go and try to find that very first Trump supporter. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, are you ready for season 2, episode 1, motherfucker?
What do you want, bro?
Bro, how do I talk
what do
to
want,
you?
Bro?
Did Parker warn you that I was coming?
No, bro.
I was on with him.
You've been talking to Parker?
Oh, what is that? Dude, how do I talk to you like a normal human being without you twirling your hair like a bitch?
Whoa!
And fanning the flames of these animes that they're writing.
How do you know that people are writing animes? I didn't even know that. How do you know that?
It's all over the place. Are you
No,
blind?
it's not. No, it's not.
It's all over the place.
No, it's not. I haven't seen anything about that. What do you mean? What do you mean you know that people are quote unquote writing animes? Are you watching these animes?
How do you think that feels on my end? Lil
Exciting.
Deanie?
Exciting.
No,
exciting.
it doesn't.
I don't know. I think it does, bud. I think it does. We all know what happens when you join these live streams. You know, we're like 30 seconds in. The next thing we know, you just randomly start talking about gay sex, dude. But no, seriously, how do you know about these animes?
Dude, it's all I see on my fucking For You page.
Oh, on TikTok.
But you're
seeing these? Are you like watching them?
No, I'm not watching them. What kind of sick fuck do you think I am? Puss in Boots? I am the... What?
Puss in Boots. Wow, we've stepped it up, huh?
Yeah, and I'm that death wolf that's in the movie, if you've ever seen it.
Oh, God, that's cringy as fuck. You're a cornball.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Dude,
you're a cornball.
There's no way you stuttered 100 fucking times.
Oh, my fucking God. I'm going to ban you from the live stream, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
You literally said, okay, that I don't even remember, but you were like, why don't you spend some time with a loofah? And then you said,
to clean yourself.
Under some running water is what you said.
I'm banning you, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. We're going to go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Get that motherfucker out of here. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. I would really appreciate that if you guys could do your very best to follow the rules. I'd really appreciate that so much if you guys could do your very best to follow the rules. Let's go ahead and hop on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. No, he's banned. He's banned. He's banned. No, he's a little chirper, dude. He's a little chirper, dude. He's mad.
Oh my god, I gotta go. I did not think that you would accept that. I'm so sorry. That was an accident.
Okay, no worries. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Avery loading up inside of the queue right now. Welcome into Sport Trump. Hello? Avery? It doesn't look like Avery's here. That's fine. Hey, Tabia, thank you for the donation on PayPal. What ticket number did you submit that under? Let me know. Thank you as well, Faith, for the $50 donation over on PayPal. I appreciate you so much for that love. Let's get 500 Faith W's down below in that chat. That is a major donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Faith. Please do show some love to Faith down below. Faith with a 50 says, caller who recently said Trump didn't essay anybody because he's not guilty should really watch the Nat Geo Nuremberg trial documentaries. They said that they weren't guilty either. You know, or they could literally just look at the court documents. He is guilty. There's no question about it. Welcome in. I got to blow my nose here because, whoa, these allergies are bad. But while I'm off to the side of the screen blowing my nose, why don't you tell us if you're a Trump supporter, and if so, why?
Well, obviously I support Trump. Why would someone not support him? He's getting females. Wait. He's getting men out of female sports. That's obviously why.
How old are you?
18.
What's your profile picture?
It's me.
No, that's me.
No, that's me.
No. I
I'm
know
pretty
what
sure it's me.
I know what I look like. That is me, but made into a woman.
Me. No, it's me.
It's not.
It's me.
No, it's just not. I'm not stupid. That's just me,
that
but made
myself.
into a woman. No, you didn't.
Are you sure?
It's in my my studio.
No, I took it in my room.
You could in the background. You could like literally see the
that's
the little
my
pumpkins. Room. Okay, all right. You're a weird little freak. You know that. You're a weird little freak. We're going to go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate, everybody. I promise that I'm trying to find that first guest of the night. We just have a very interesting, group of people in that queue. We have a very interesting group of people in the queue. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate. Welcome in, Jaden. Do you support Trump? Jaden, hello. We do hear ya. Are you with us? Jaden is not with us, so we're going to go to ban Jaden and move on to the next guest, Sam. Anna, thank you for the $5 dono on Venmo. Who says, Dean, it's my 21st birthday today. Any Rex for my first drink? Yeah. Get like a lemon drop. I feel like that's a good first drink. I appreciate you for the $5, and I hope you have a lot of fun celebrating your birthday, okay? That is a big one. Thank you as well, Emma, for the $5. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I just want to see your Deanie Weenie.
You're freaky. We're gonna ban you too. Stop freaking me out, guys. Stop freaking me out. Can we get like a normal debater up here? Like, dude, I swear, I just like hit that go live button, and then like next thing I know, we just have like there's almost like this message that just goes out to these sleeper cells in all four corners of the very flat earth that we live on. And it just awakens them, and then they hop inside of my queue and just start doing the weirdest shit known to mankind. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello? We're going to give you like 2 seconds to unmute here before I do kick you and move on to the next guest. Thank you, Lucky Draw, for like the bajillion galaxies. Same thing to you as well, Joseph. Thank you for the love. Welcome in. How we doing, Nicole? Do you support Trump?
My daughter has been begging me to...
Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, welcome in.
My daughter has been begging me to go on these streams. I just want to see what it's all about. I do support Trump.
How old are you?
I am 37. I was born on May 15th, 1989.
I don't believe you. We're going to go to ban you. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. You know, I will say they came in with a pretty, good angle. They came in with a... My daughter's been begging me to join this live stream and have a conversation with you, young man. Okay, that's a good angle, but unfortunately, I could still tell. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you're here for debate, everybody. Welcome in America First. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, America First. Why are you actually America Last?
I'm not America Last, Dean. I'm
Really?
America First.
I don't believe
Yes.
you. What America First values do you share with Trump?
He's keeping this country safe.
From what?
Safer than Biden was.
From what?
From illegal immigrants coming in this country.
Do you think that undocumented immigrants are a threat to the safety of America? We could shake hands on the fact that they broke the law. You know, people shouldn't come into the country the use of undocumented means. But I don't think that we could shake hands on the fact that they're a threat to the safety of the country. They're 2.5 times less likely than natural U.S.-born citizens to commit violent crimes, 4 times less likely to commit nonviolent crimes. They make major contributions to the labor force. They make major contributions to the economy as a whole. In what sense are they a threat to the nation?
Well, not all of them, but, some of them are.
And who's that some?
A good handful of them.
A good handful? How do we identify that handful? What have they done to be a threat?
Well, there's a lot of them who commit, crimes,
You don't care about criminals. You made a criminal president.
Well, he's not a criminal, so...
He is. He's been found guilty, literally been found guilty of 34 felonies in a criminal court of law. That makes him, by definition... Yeah, I can name all 34 of them.
No, I just need you to name 10.
Falsification of business records in the first degree. 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 And falsification of business records in the first degree. He was found guilty of 34 separate and distinct counts of falsification of business records in the first degree.
Okay. Well, I still think that he's a great president.
Okay, so
you
you don't
may
really
not
care
think
about
that
criminals.
because you're a little stinky liberal. That's what you are. So
Yeah. Call me stinky because I come with the facts. No, listen, man. My point is that you're a hypocrite. You tell us and scream and shout from the top of your lungs that Trump is doing something good by keeping our country safe from criminals. Meanwhile, he is a criminal that gave full and complete presidential pardons to violent criminals who try to kill cops on the steps of our Capitol on January 6th. And even for the undocumented immigrants that are violent criminals, he's been deporting them at significantly lower rates because he wants to focus on the innocent ones instead. Under Obama, over 25% of the deportations were of undocumented immigrants with violent crimes. Today, under Trump, that number's below 3%. So not only are you hypocritical, but you're also wrong.
Well, I disagree because the number of violent crimes has gone down ever since Donald Trump has gotten in office.
We've had violent crimes going down in the country for the last 4 years straight. I understand that trend has continued under Trump, but I actually hypothesize that if it wasn't for Trump, they would have gone down more than they have because he's given a slight upward pressure on crime rates.
But if you're saying that he's not deporting the illegal immigrants who commit crimes, wouldn't the crime rates have gone up?
Well, there'd be an upward pressure on crime rates. And that's what I'm arguing that we do see, which is why I stated that if Trump was not president, then we would have seen crimes go down more than they already have.
Repeat that one more time.
I've already repeated it twice. This is going to be the third and final time that I repeat it. Yes, I do argue that the Trump administration has an upward pressure on crime rates, but the thing is we see more and larger downward pressures than upward pressures. And what this means is that I think that if maybe, for instance, Kamala Harris won the election, we would have seen an even faster and sharper and more pronounced reduction in crime last year in 2025 than we did.
But why does that matter if the crime rates are still going down?
Because they would have gone down more, meaning that more innocent people would have had their life saved, more innocent people wouldn't have been raped, more innocent people wouldn't have been kidnapped. Of course that matters.
Okay. I get what you're saying. Well, there's still a lot that I support about him. Like his abortion rules and stuff.
So you want there to be more abortions?
No.
Okay, well, Donald Trump's policy has unironically caused more abortions. Overturning Roe v. Wade led to the first yearly increase in the amount of abortions in America for the first time in 30 years.
And where'd you get that information
From
from?
the Guttmacher Institute. Unlike you, I do my research.
You don't do your research. You just make
And
up
how was I able to
false.
give you a source?
I don't know. It's probably a fake source that you made up. I don't know.
Oh, really? How much money do you want to bet on that claim?
None.
None? Because because in less than 3 seconds, I could actually pull it up on the phone screen. Guttmacher Institute. What we see is that from the mid-1990s, abortions were generally going down year by year. But then as soon as Donald Trump announced that he was going to overturn Roe v. Wade and actually did overturn Roe v. Wade, we saw the largest, most pronounced, and first annual increases in the numbers of abortions in 30 years on average. Okay. So see, I don't make my stuff up. I come with the facts. I come with the sources. I come with the data. Which is why I'm not a supporter of Trump.
Well, it sounds like that's a fake website. I don't know, but kind of hard to believe.
Yeah, that's what you guys do. You just discredit and dispute anything that disagrees with your biases. What reason could you give me to convince me that it's reasonable to believe that this is a fake website?
Because there's a lot of websites that, if you go to another website, it's going to have a different type of stuff, and it's going to have different numbers on it.
Why don't you go out and give me that website?
Well, I don't know the specific name, but
then how do you know that it exists?
Because, like I said, I've seen it before. But
Can you give us any evidence that you've seen it before?
My eyes have seen. Like, how am I supposed to prove to you that I've seen it?
Okay, so I'm just asking. So you can't give us any evidence. Okay. A claim made with no evidence can be dismissed with no evidence. Thank you.
Well, I've seen it before.
I don't believe you.
Not enough evidence, then I don't know what to tell you.
Well, what you tell me is that you go on pause and you go find the source, and then when you can't find the source, you come back and you give us 3 tears and a ukulele and tell us that you were wrong and admit to being an idiot.
Okay, well, give me a second.
Malachi, thank you so much for the galaxy. I do really appreciate you. That's very kind. Thank you. As well as huge shout out to Munch Munch. Thank you for the $20 donation over on YouTube. I really appreciate you so much for that love, Munch Munch. That is very, very
kind.
Give
me like 5 minutes. I'm going to be back in 5 minutes.
That's fine, bro. Munch Munch with the $20 says, Puss Puss Guy needs to be the opening act more often. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? He was literally the first guest of the day, bro. He was literally the first guest of the day. JJ?
Hey.
I'm banning you. Moving on to the next guest, folks. If you want to support me, if you want to support the work that we do here, if you want to support the streams, if you want to ask a question, if you want to get a shout out, if you want to get a message across, you can. You could find a link to my Venmo and my PayPal found within the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account. Pin message over on that YouTube stream. And as per usual, the handle is always right there at the top of the phone screen. Dean Withers without the letter E in Withers. Def Thad, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Oh, that's really disheartening, man. I hate to hear that. How old are you?
I'm 18.
What year are you born in?
2005.
Okay, you're really bad at math. That's okay. You'll work on it. I think that, you'll get around to basic addition and subtraction in 2nd grade. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got David loading up inside of the live stream. Dude, Emily, thank you for the $134 donation on Venmo. Emily, that is ridiculously kind of you. Thank you so much for the love. I want to see so much love for Emily down below. Thank you so much. I want to see 1,000 Emily W's in that chat. That is so fucking ridiculous. Thank you for the love. I don't deserve a penny of that. That is a major, major donation, and I'm very, 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 very grateful for you. Huge shout out to Emily in that chat. Emily with $134 says, Dean, my heart has been beating for you. Breaking for you, and all of the crap MAGA has been putting you through. Thank you for continuously putting yourself out there to advocate for equal rights, even when it leaves you feeling unsafe in your own home. You don't deserve any of it. Well, thank you, Emily. I appreciate you for your kind thoughts. I do, and as well as your kind words. It's been a nightmare, but we're fighting through it one day at a time. Thank you for the love. Show some love to the goat Emily down below. David, do you support Trump? I'm banning you, David. America First. Did you find your research resource? And when you admit to the fact that you haven't found a resource to back your claim, I do want that apology with minimum 3 tears and 1 ukulele, as I said previously.
Well, I'm so sorry, Dean. My bad, bro. You happy now, bro?
Hey, that was good, man. I was hoping you'd do that. We got Miss Colleen on the live herself. No, listen. That's funny as hell. I appreciate you for that. That was good. That was good. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Let's go to get the next guest Avery loaded up inside of the live stream. We got them loaded in right now. That was perfect. 10 out of 10. No notes. No notes. You performed excellently. Thank you for the apology. Thank you, Brett, as well, for the 8-month membership over on YouTube. He says, love you, Dean. Haters gonna hate. You know, we got your back. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. Thank you for the nice little gift on TikTok. Whoever sent that little cappuccino. Welcome in, Avery. Do you support Trump? Bree, I'm going to ban you. Quite frankly, if you don't respond. Wait, I know that you're right here, Bree. You could hear me. I could hear you. Welcome in. Aubrey Gert.
Huh?
Hello, Aubrey Gert. Do you support Trump?
My mom does.
Okay. I think that's a kid. We're gonna get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue. If you happen to be MAGA, I'd appreciate that so much, everyone. We got the next guest. Is he loading up? How are we doing? For everybody hanging out with us in that chat, how the fuck are we doing? What's up, everybody? Caitlin says he's so funny. I try to be funny. I try. Hey, Izzy, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hi, I don't support Trump, but my friend does. We're both over 18. I was just wondering if you could debate her.
Put him on. Let's do it, dude. Hell yeah.
Come on. Come on, if you're so MAGA, do it.
Oh yeah, come on. If you're so MAGA, come on. Don't back down now. Come on. We are Charlie Kirk. You have to carry the flame, bro. You got to carry the flame.
Ready? Debate her on rape. How Trump's a rapist.
Okay, hello?
Hello?
Is he Trump supporter with us?
Yes. Yeah, she's holding the phone.
Okay, yeah, hi. What would you like me to call you?
It's Sarah.
Okay, Sarah, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. And how old are you?
18.
Okay, what year are you born in?
2008.
What month?
January.
Okay, and you support Trump as president?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because I believe he's a good president.
I can hear somebody just whispering all this in your ear, dude. What are we doing?
She's just giving me, like, ideas, like, you know.
Okay, and so why exactly do you think he's a good president?
Because he kicks all the aliens out of our country.
Sarah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just getting, like, some trollish vibes. It's possible that she could have been legit, and now, like, all of her friends are like, oh, man, why did Dean kick her? Come on, that would have been a good discussion. She really does support Trump. I don't know. That's possible, but I'm just going to kind of trust my gut here and lean towards, like, minor/troll. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going to play it safe on that one. I just kind of got a weird vibe. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, folks. Only do up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, folks. We got a couple people loaded up here. Welcome in. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Willow, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Oh, Willow left. That's fine. Only up inside of the queue if you're here for debate. We got Johnny loading up in right now. Hey, Bryson, thank you for the $5 donation on PayPal. He says, hey, Dean, I just wanted to ask you what is your opinion on the U.S. military? It's a very, like, very, like, broad opinion. You know, like, I'm going to have, like, opinions on certain things that they do. I generally have, like, bad opinions of any, like, offensive engagement. I have good opinions of defensive engagement. I have bad opinions of how much we fund the military. I have bad opinions on a lot of the things that the military has done, especially, like, in the last 75 years with all the neocons in Congress wanting to attack people that we don't like on the global stage. I have bad opinions about the way that the military treats their troops in a lot of scenarios. It's just crazy that we fund the military over $1 trillion, but some of these troops, don't have jack shit. Like I said, it's a very vague, broad question. Welcome in, Johnny. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie.
Thank you for being patient. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Yo, dude, I seen Benjamin Netanyahu in the chat. Benjamin Netanyahu just said hello in the chat. You know, Netanyahu, I actually gotta talk to something. I gotta talk about something with you. I found out that you're pro-Israel. Did you? I found out that you were pro-Israel, Netanyahu. I saw one of the moots posted on their story. Okay? They said, Netanyahu's pro-Israel. Dude, you know what? Fuck you, Netanyahu. Fuck you. I had no clue. I had no clue that Netanyahu was pro-Israel. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue if you do happen to be here for debate, everybody. I'd really appreciate it so much if you guys could do your very best to follow the rules. Oh, wow. Now we got the bigger Yahoo in the chat saying, hey, pal. Dude, what are we doing? Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Colton loading up in. We got Mr. K loading up in. We got a couple people loading up in. We got Wacky Wizard 8 loading up in. What's going on, Wacky? Do you support Trump?
No, my mother does. Can I get her for you?
Yeah, how old are you, though?
I'm 18.
Okay.
I was born June 23rd, 2008.
Yeah, I trust you. Feel free to put your mom on.
Okay.
Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only opposite side of the queue if you're here for debate, please. And thank you, everybody. We got Timmy loading up in. Mikey, I appreciate you for the $1 over on PayPal. I appreciate you. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Here we go, everybody. We got Timmy loading up into the box. Timmy's a little freaky weirdo. Okay, Timmy got banned, actually. Let's go to get the next guests connected. Only do opposite side of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. Guys, the queue just randomly reset. So if you're MAGA, take advantage of that and join the queue now. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now, everybody. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Don't fucking troll me, guys. Don't fucking troll me. Carter, do you support Trump? Carter, you gonna speak, bro? You gonna fucking speak, Carter? Carter's not here. Atlas, do you support Trump?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, how old are you, Atlas?
Wait, no, hold on. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I do. It's just that guy said yes and then he left.
Oh yeah, no, I kicked him because I thought that was you talking.
No, I'm sorry. My voice is a lot higher.
Okay, do you support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why is that?
Because he aligns with the silent majority.
The silent majority of neolibertarian flangists?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Are you sure?
I do support Trump because
why?
But I also think that he's really doing a good job with...
Okay, you're banned. Moving on to the next guest. Only up inside of the queue if you two happen to be here for debate, please, and thank you, everybody. We got Cash loading up inside of the queue right now. Come on, guys, follow the rules. Welcome in, Cash. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I support Trump, Dean.
Why are you being so fucking weird? You're banned. Ilias, thank you for the $1 on PayPal. You says, what's your opinion of Israel versus Palestine? I love Israel. I love Netanyahu. Benjamin Gahir, my goat. Let's go to... I'm just kidding. I'm pro-Palestinian. I fucking hate Israel, dude. They're a genocidal ethno-expansionist state. Very bad. We need to endorse multicultural democracy. We don't need to endorse ethno-expansionism and genocide. Okay? Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got IAP loading up inside of the queue. Con Order, appreciate you for the race debut. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump, IAP?
Well, I don't know yet, and I was hoping that you could run through some, like, major features of each political party.
How old are you?
I'm 18. I just turned 18 a
yeah,
couple
man.
days ago.
Well, here's actually what I'm going to give to you. I'm going to give you a couple points, but then I'm actually going to kick you out so you can watch the debates. Because, like, this live stream is actually intended for an audience of, like, apolitical people who just kind of want to figure it out. And I hope that you guys could figure it out by watching the stream. But I'll give you a couple points before I leave nonetheless. Trump is really bad for the economy. The economy is worse off today than it was a year and a half ago. Nearly within, like, every single respect. He's also a really bad guy, you know? He's, like, a felon who's been found guilty of raping a woman. And I just, like, generally think that people like that shouldn't be anywhere near the Oval Office. Welcome in, Disley. Do you support Trump?
Oh my god, I love you, Dean.
Thank you for the love. I'm going to ban you, though, because the rules clearly stayed in the middle of the phone screen. They were just looking for some Trump supporters. Moving on to the next guest right now. You know what, guys? If you're an American adult that supports Trump as president, feel free to, like, send a goat gift. It's a 1-penny gift on TikTok that'll help us keep a bunch of children out of the queue. Motivation, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hey, Dean, how you doing, baby?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. But yes, I do support Trump.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay. You know what? I don't feel like it's inappropriate to ask this question, just so the audience knows. So if it's real, they're not making fun of you, and so I know that you're not trolling. What's up with your voice? Are you trolling, or have you had maybe like a type of throat cancer, some other medical condition? I hope you don't take offense to me asking this question, but I think it's probably.
No offense.
Go ahead.
No, I had a little lung disease. I've been born with it since. Yeah, it's not as hard to talk about anymore.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
Okay. How you doing, baby?
I'm sorry. I don't think they're telling the truth. Listen, that's gonna be a precautionary judgment, man. If you actually do have a lung disease, I'm sorry that I didn't believe you. I have to be careful. I have to be really careful. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hey, Dean, I do support Trump.
Are you in the bath?
No.
Okay. Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. We got the Big E loading up inside of the queue. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I got a bone to pick with you.
Okay, you're like 4. Moving on. Only hop inside of the queue if you're here for debate. Come on, guys. We've been live for like 33 minutes. We haven't had a single debate. What the fuck are we doing? Hey, do you support Trump? Hello? Oh, bro, they're not even here. I don't know what to do at this point, folks. I think the queue is just fucked. It's been 33 minutes of straight trolls. It's been 33 minutes of straight trolls. I just want to put this one out there, chat. I'm a political debater. I'm a political debater.
Hey, Dean.
Hey, do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you're a kid now, so goodbye. Moving on to the next guest, only opposite side of the queue if you're here for debate. Holy fucking shit. Hey, yeah, listen, in the last 10 minutes, let's see here. Emily, I appreciate you for the $5 donation on Venmo. I don't know if that's your preferred name because I do see in the message attached, you say that you are a trans man. So I'm just going to call you Anon. Anon, I do appreciate you for the $5 and I appreciate you for the love and support. And I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. Kai, thank you for the $1 as well as Sydney. Thank you for the $5 as well, who says, Dean, what do you think about the alien allegations against Kelly Lofier? I don't know who that is, but I appreciate you. Welcome in, Stewie. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Stewie, that's absolutely fucking terrible. I mean, how absolutely disgusting. Why don't you go to tell us why?
I didn't really want to debate you on why I support Trump. I just wanted to know some of your opinions, like on the new flock cameras and all.
Yeah, it generally seems pretty invasive. I'm not a big fan of the whole, surveillance state thing. I think it's pretty intrusive. And I think it also sets a precedent that will only allow for more intrusive companies to exist in the future to steal more data and track Americans even closer once AI technology becomes even more advanced than just flock cameras. Now, I would like to talk to you about your political leanings. If that's something that you're unwilling to discuss, I think I will just move on to the next guest. That's kind of the whole purpose and the point of the live stream.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So why are you on the right? Why do you support Trump?
I'm just finding more economically I can afford to live in a higher class apartment. Groceries are cheaper than when they were under Biden.
That's not true.
Like the cost of eggs and the cost of milk and all?
Yeah. So, I mean, the price of groceries actually saw its largest monthly increase in March of this year since the pandemic. CPI data from the Federal Reserve, operated under the Trump administration, by the way, tells us pretty consistently here that the price of goods, including groceries, gas, and housing, are up significantly today than where they were at the beginning. At the end of the Biden-Harris administration.
I mean, my family were struggling to survive during the Biden administration. Now we're thriving. I was able to move out my hometown house.
Maybe you started making more money, right? Like maybe like how old did you say you were?
I'm 18.
Yeah, you're 18. Under Biden, you were a kid. You probably didn't work. If you did work, you worked a minimum job. Probably didn't work that many hours because you also had to deal with high school. But now you're 18. You're starting to figure things out on your own. Maybe you got your first full-time job after graduating high school. Like, I'd say that this has much more to do with like the interpersonal factors of your own life compared to the state of the economy under the presidency. Like, yeah, it's
well,
an undeniable
if we
fact
look at
that
the
the
gas
economy is
prices
worse off.
also.
Yeah, gas prices are higher today than they were at the end of the Biden-Harris administration.
I disagree with that. I remember gas prices being. I live in South Louisiana, so gas prices were going up around $4, and now I'm paying $3.20 for gas.
Yeah, so maybe you're talking about at like the peak of the pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine in like July of 2022.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, A, those things weren't controlled by the Biden-Harris administration. B, the Biden-Harris administration responded to them very, very, very well. And C, after they responded to those things well, they were able to bring down the price of gas. And by the end of the administration, the price of gas was really solid. And in fact, it's worse off today than it was then. I mean, the Democrats would have just simply given us a significantly better future than Trump is today.
Well, I mean, had we not... Sorry, I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's just so much talk. I don't know. I just kind of feel like I align very heavily with what Charlie Kirk had to say.
Do you though? And if you did, like, how could you? Okay, what do you think Charlie Kirk stood for? Let me be like very, very, very gracious here. Let me try to see it from your perspective. Do you think that like Charlie That's crazy. Charlie Kirk was like generally anti-war. Charlie Kirk wanted to, reduce our spending, reduce the debt, reduce the deficit. Charlie Kirk wanted to reduce taxes for the working class. Do you think like those are the things that Charlie Kirk stood for?
Yeah, that's generally what he supported. He wanted to get rid of DEI and stuff like that, so we could get jobs and stuff like that. Not saying that right now I can't get a job.
Yeah, because of Trump. And listen, Donald Trump doesn't stand for any of those things. Donald Trump doesn't stand for reducing the debt and the deficit. And in the last year and a half, he's already spent more than Biden and Harris did in 4 years. Okay? He accounts for 27% of this nation's debt. They've exploded the deficit. Last month, we had the largest monthly deficit in like 5 years since the pandemic at $500 billion, dude. Okay? And about jobs. Oh, jobs are in the shitter. Last year, we had the worst jobs report in 20 years because of his tariffs and big, beautiful bill. And even last month, we lost 24,000 jobs when economists projected us to gain 80,000.
I mean, I've always been, I've worked in food service for most of my life. And just like the bill that he was passing with the tipping, no taxation on my tips, that would that would greatly increase my life quality, or it would have whenever I was working those kinds of jobs.
Are you familiar with like a snake oil salesman?
No.
No? Okay. So a snake oil salesman is basically like a really slimy salesman who promises you the world and then half delivers and overcharges. Okay. They make you false promises to get you to buy it, and once you buy it, they've actually bitten you, and now they got you on the line. And you're the one that's facing the music. You're the one that's facing the negative consequences. Well, I think that's my best way to make sense of Trump's no tax on tips. Listen, it is true that in the big, beautiful bill, he included a provision for a standard deductible amount upwards of like $20,000 for no tax on tips. But it actually expires next year. Okay, it was only a 2.5-year provision. Okay. And further yet, on top of that, Kamala Harris actually ran on no tax on tips with no top-line deductible amount, and it would have never expired. So you would have gotten significantly better no tax on tips policy from the Democrats. And on top of that, I mean, listen, man, that's just like one provision in the big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill was 81 pages long, maybe even longer. Okay. And overall, the big, beautiful bill is actually hurting you and other working class, average, everyday Americans. According to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, it's reducing the purchasing power of anybody making at or under around $51,000 per year on average.
Okay. So another question. Primely, who would you like to have in office? Like, I guess you probably wouldn't have supported Charlie being in office if that were a possibility.
No, he's on board with child torture. I can never support or vote for
with child torture.
Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so he thinks that children who are raped and impregnated should have to carry that pregnancy to term and give birth. Okay, I think that is by
he doesn't
definition.
Exactly say that. He said if it was his own daughter.
Yeah, because that's the person that he was asked about. He was asked about his own daughter.
I mean, I do, in a way, I do not support abortions. I do not support abortions. I believe every human life is very valuable.
Do you think that victims of rape should be able to access legal abortions?
Yeah, they should have rape and incest, and that's like 0.5% of abortions, correct?
So the 3 exceptions account for around 2 to 3% of abortions. But the point here is, A, I still disagree that I think that all elective abortions should be legal. And B, okay, well, even if you hold that exception, Charlie Kirk didn't. Charlie Kirk thought that children who are raped and impregnated should have to carry that pregnancy to term. I think that is by definition child torture. Why? Because I would define child torture to be, okay, forcing a child into a position of of prolonged extreme pain and or displeasure. And I think that's exactly what pregnancy and childbirth would be for a kid. Okay, and that's what he advocated for. He advocated for forcing pregnant children in that position.
He advocated for human lives being protected.
That's just another way to frame the issue.
You have to remember that is still a human life. It's not.
You're saying that he just advocated for that human life to be protected. Okay. Does that mean in implementing legislation to force pregnant children to maintain that pregnancy and give birth?
No, I'm not saying that. I would never say.
No, but is that what Charlie Kirk? Is that what Charlie Kirk said?
I don't know his exact standpoint on it.
I mean, you just said it yourself. You just said that you watched the video. You said that you watched the video. It was a 1v20 on Jubilee. Marin asked him, okay, if your daughter was raped, your 10-year-old daughter was raped, okay, would you be okay with her getting an abortion? He said, no, she'd be carrying that to term. And he spoke about this at length on many other scenarios as well, where he holds no exception. I mean, I could even recall another experience from that same Jubilee video because I was there, okay? Somebody asked him about abortions in scenarios of rape, and he said, well, if I were to show you like a photo of a fetus conceived by rape and a photo of a fetus conceived by consensual sex, there's going to be no difference in these two fetuses. We should therefore protect both of them. Okay, so he was very adamantly outspoken in the fact that he holds no exception, and he thinks that abortion should be banned even in scenarios of rape. Okay, so that means that he does indeed support forcing children who are raped and impregnated to maintain that pregnancy and give birth. There's no way to get around it. That is child torture.
Okay, well, I don't fully support Charlie Kirk. Nobody's going to be 100% on every single person's policy, right?
Yeah, but you asked me if I'd support him in office. My answer is no, and that's why. But listen, further about Trump, man. Is there anything that Trump could do that would make you stop supporting him as president?
I mean, yeah, if he was found guilty in the Epstein files, guilty of whatever and whatnot with that, okay. I mean, that would heavily influence me to not support him.
So this isn't the Epstein files, but I don't understand why that part would be too relevant. This is the jury verdict form from a court that held Donald Trump civilly liable for sexually abusing / raping a woman by forcefully penetrating her vagina with his fingers against her will. So it seemed to be the case that you were just telling us, oh, well, he was found guilty for a sex crime. You wouldn't support him. Okay, well, he was found guilty for a sex crime, and here's the jury verdict form.
So he got locked up in jail for this, I'm assuming?
No. He was forced to pay $82 million.
To who?
To E. Jean Carroll, the woman that he sexually abused or raped.
Okay. So I was just thinking that they accused him of this,
Yeah, this accusation made its way to court, and she proved it to you, none a mystery of none. I mean, like I said, you're literally looking at the jury verdict form right now.
Okay, then I guess I'd be an independent, because I know I don't stand on all of Kamala and Joe Biden's terms. I don't stand for completely on all of Trump's terms. I guess I would be in a different one, Kanye, I guess.
Okay, well, not a Kanye, but I get your point. Yeah, man, listen, continue to watch the broadcast. I appreciate you for seemingly being open-minded. I hope that by you further watching the broadcast, we're able to change your mind even more and push you further to the left. And I really do appreciate you for your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, okay?
Yes, sir. You too, Mr. Dean. That was amazing. I love talking to you.
Yeah, that was fun. Also, by the way, great gains, bro. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You've been hitting the gym hard. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Brian loading up inside of the queue. Hey, thank you so much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. Thanks for the advice, Rico. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Welcome in, Brian. Do you support Trump? Okay, it doesn't look like Brian's here, so we're going to go to get the next guest, Jay Bruz, loading up in here. A couple of people to thank over on Venmo and PayPal. I do appreciate y'all for the kindness today. Before we do that, let's go ahead and welcome in this next guest.
They don't know I...
Okay, your band. Danielle, Miss Danielle, thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. That is very, very kind of you, Danielle. Let's get 500 Danielle W's for the major donation. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Show some love to Danielle down below in that comment section. Danielle, with the $50, says, Dean, you are a light in the dark for so many, and it matters more than you know. Just keep being you and spreading the truth. We're rooting for you and standing with you. Miss Danielle, thank you for the support. Thank you for standing with me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all of the people that have voiced their support over the course of the last couple days. I don't know what I'd be doing or where I'd be without you guys. You mean so much to me. So thank you not only Danielle, but also to everybody else who's been so kind. Thank you so much. Show some major love to Danielle in that comment section. The absolute goat. Same thing to you, Sakura. Thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo too, who just dropped a little fire emoji. Miss Sakura, good to see you today as always. Thank you for the love. That is a tremendous donation, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much. Show some love to Danielle and Sakura. Same thing to you, Jamie with the $10 who says, thank you for all that you do. The world is an absolute mess right now, but you're such a bright light. I hope you know how much myself and many others appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you, Jamie. I hope that you enjoyed the debates today. Same thing to you, Terry. Thank you for the $25 who says, love you, Dean. Wish you could change the rules to being 21 at minimum, please. The 18-year-olds weren't even able to vote. Well, they will be able to vote in the midterms, at least some of them. Well, all of them. What am I even saying? And they'll definitely be able to vote in the next general election. So it's important that I talk to them, no matter how insufferable they be at points. But I agree. It could be pretty bad sometimes. I'll keep it real. Same thing to you, Madeline. Thank you for the $5 donation of Venmo. Appreciate you for the kind words as well, Miss Madeline. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, how old are you?
22.
Okay. Yeah, man, we need to fix that. Hopefully by the end of this discussion, you will no longer support the warmongering felon who pardoned violent criminals and is killing 14 million people through his policy over the course of the next 4 years. But let's talk about it. Why do you support Trump?
You know, the main reason why I support Trump is, like somebody else said, is because he's getting rid of all the illegal aliens.
Yeah, it always boils down to immigration. You know, immigration wasn't not even one of the main reasons people voted for Trump in the election. But now it's like every single thing that we hear about all day long because there's no other place for you to turn. But I mean, even about immigration, this isn't a really good avenue for you to land on either because I would challenge you to articulate a single way that Donald Trump's mass deportation has materially benefited our nation over the course of the last year and a half. I don't think you will be able to.
No, it does benefit, you know, because, how do I put this? When there's a lot of people that are coming into this country illegally, taking our jobs, there's many Americans that are out of a job, essentially.
Yeah, so the accusation is that undocumented immigrants steal jobs, and by deporting them all, more Americans will also have jobs. So that's not true. I could actually give you a study from the U.S. Bureau of Economic Research. They concluded that immigrants have actually created more jobs for Americans and increased wages for low-skilled labor groups. Not to mention that if your hypothesis was true, that mass deportation would lead to more Americans having jobs, then explain to us why, since the start of Donald Trump's mass deportation, we've legitimately seen some of the worst jobs reports in modern American history.
Because there's so many illegal immigrants that came in under the Biden-Harris administration.
Yeah, but why are the jobs reports just getting bad now? Like, they were great under Biden. Apparently, when we were getting invaded, like take 2024, for instance, we added 2.2 million jobs to the economy. And then after Trump stopped the invasion and started deporting over 1 million undocumented immigrants last year, we only added 186,000 jobs to the economy. How do you explain that data?
Well, I don't know exactly how to explain the data, but...
If your hypothesis can't explain the data, then your hypothesis is false. That's how we test hypotheses.
I mean, to an extent.
Oh, I know you're in the bath, bro. Well, I'm sorry. You want to get funky? I'll get funky. We're doing this. We're debating right now, bro.
You gonna debate me in the bath, Dean?
Yes. Respond to the point. Will you concede your hypothesis now that you've accepted that it can't explain the data, little bro?
Kick me if you like boys.
I told you, bro. I'm not kicking you. I told you, I'm not kicking you, bro. We're doing this shit. You want to get weird? I'll get fucking weird. I will debate you when you're in the bath. Respond to the counter argument, you fraud.
Okay, let's do this. All right. Say it again.
Okay. Yeah, you claim that mass deportation will give more Americans more jobs. I said, well, that's obviously false. A, I cited you an institution that conducted a study that concluded that immigrants actually create more jobs. And B, I explained to you how the data doesn't fit your hypothesis. When we were getting quote-unquote invaded by immigrants and they're still in all the jobs under Biden, in 2024 we added 2.2 million jobs. But then after Trump quote-unquote stopped the invasion and started this mass deportation, we only added 186,000 jobs. And now the unemployment rate is significantly higher today than it was when Biden left office. Your hypothesis can't explain this data per your own admission. Therefore, your hypothesis is false.
Okay, no. Okay, I see what you're saying, but like I said, it takes time to deport all the illegal aliens that have stolen our jobs already. So of course the jobs, like, you see what I'm trying to say?
But shouldn't we see like a gradual change? If it takes time to deport them all that you're saying here is it will take time to fully realize the benefit of mass deportation. Okay, well, we've still deported a lot of them, 1.3 million of them. So why haven't we realized any benefit?
Well, we're only seeing a small increase because not all illegal aliens are,
undocumented
taking
immigrants.
all. Sorry?
Undocumented immigrants.
No, it's legal.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and start referring to Donald Trump as a felon rapist from now on. Since you want to use hyper-specific legal terms.
Okay, he wasn't found guilty on rape.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, pull up that paper. It literally says Mr. Donald J. Trump raped Carol. No, it literally says.
But then I say that he was found guilty of rape. So I'm either a dumbass or I have an argument, right?
Sexual abuse is not the same thing as rape. And that sounds really bad.
One moment. I'm either a dumbass because I'm saying he was found guilty of rape, or I know that on the verdict form it says no to rape, and I have an argument for you. Which one do you think it is?
Okay, this is a trap, but I'll bite. Go ahead.
I have an argument.
Give me your reasoning. Okay, give me your
reasoning. Do you accept that rape would include the forced penetration of a woman's vagina with a man's fingers against her will?
It's a very touchy question. Let me think for a second. Give me a second so I can word this properly.
Bro, like just imagine like a man forcing his fingers into a woman's vagina while she's like screaming and crying. Okay, that's rape.
By a moral standpoint, yes. But hyper legal terms, like you just said a couple minutes ago.
Okay, from a moral standpoint. Okay. Well, I asked you. I didn't ask the law. Perfect. So you agree that it's rape. Perfect. We just got a restriction for civic and electoral integrity. That one's weird. Strange. What? But anyways, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't explain that one to you. But anyways, yeah, sure. Well, let's go through it. So, do you know what the transitive law of logic is?
No.
Okay, the transitive law of logic is that if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. Do you accept the transitive law of logic, sir?
I mean, I guess I don't fully understand.
If A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. You don't understand that?
Okay, no. Okay, I got you now. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the transitive law of logic is actually what proves that Donald Trump was found guilty by rape. So A is going to be the jury's verdict. Okay, what was the jury's verdict? The jury's verdict was that he forcefully penetrated a woman's vagina against her will with his fingers. B is going to be sexual abuse because the jury verdict was for sexual abuse. And then C is going to be rape. Well, you've already accepted that A equals B, okay, because you accept that he was found guilty for forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with his fingers against her will, and that was classified as sexual abuse on the jury verdict form. You've already accepted, okay, that sexual abuse equals rape because you've accepted that the thing he was found guilty for doing was rape, meaning that you're forced into accepting the conclusion, which is the jury verdict equals rape. A equals C.
Okay, well, let me bring this back to another thing. I don't fully, I don't believe that he did rape her or sexually assault her.
Okay.
I just don't think it happened, I should say.
Why?
Okay, so if you look at it like the whole picture, right? You're telling me at the tip of his career, a dude that has $7 billion in the bank and growing is going to go to a woman that's not that good looking when he can have any supermodel he wanted and ruin his career and throw away all of his businesses. And not to mention that she couldn't remember if I remember correctly, where it happened, when it happened, the date it happened, what time it happened. Like, some of those are exceptions. Like, obviously you're not going to know the exact time it happened, but you would damn sure remember what date it happened or even where it happened. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
A, I think that she was good looking. I don't understand why you'd say otherwise. B, Donald Trump said he also thought that she was good looking. In her deposition in the court, he literally confused a photo of her to be his ex-wife Marla Maples, and of course he found his ex-wife hot.
Okay.
C, I don't think that we should gauge the validity of a rape claim based upon the way that the woman looks. D,
Okay, all right.
you said that she couldn't remember where it happened. That's false. She testified that it occurred in a dressing room at a retail store in New York. Boardman Goodman or something. I Borgdorf Goodman or something like that. I always forget the name. E, you said that any true victim of rape would remember the exact date that they were raped on. Go ahead and prove that. Where's the data? Where's the data that represents true rape victims remember the exact day they were raped on? I think making such a generalization about a traumatic experience is an issue, okay? Because we know that experiencing a grave trauma like rape can lead to many different psychological outcomes, including psychological outcomes of memory suppression to protect the individual in which experienced the action, okay? And I don't think that there'd be any data that you could provide me to represent your claim that typically rape victims remember the exact day they were raped on.
Yo, Ren, chill. Sorry. Okay, I think I'm going to look into it, and then I would join back, because I don't want to waste any more time.
Yeah, man. Have a good... I'll look into that, bro. You take care, okay?
All right.
All right, guys. We are 2 debates down. We're 2 debates down. We're going to move on to the next guest, folks. We are 2 debates down. Woo! Let's go. Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. MAGA, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do, Dean.
Oh, man, how embarrassing. Okay, let me thank a couple people here. Huge shout out to Galactic Panda for the $20 donation over on YouTube. Thank you for the love, Galactic Panda. Let's get 200 Galactic Panda W's down below. I really appreciate you. That is very, very kind of you. Who says, drop the workout routine. We all know that you got a sleeper pill. Also get a buzz in a sense. Love what you do. Yes! I'm getting validation for the buzz cut. I love it. Workout is simple. Push-pull legs 6 days a week. I haven't hit the gym, though, for like a week and a half. Oh, my God, bro. I need to get back in. Thank you for the $20. As well as Miss Paula. Thank you for the $50 on Super Chat. Paula with the 50 says, you're amazing. You're amazing, Paula. I hope that you enjoyed today's stream. Genuinely and sincerely, thank you for the love. You are phenomenal. As well as to you, Munch Munch, thank you for the $50, who says, honestly, get you some top shelf anxiety herbs on me, bro. Your body, your choice. I appreciate you for the $50, Munch Munch. I'll make sure I use that to get some top shelf anxiety herbs. Thank you as well, Silver, for the $20, who says, what about putting some kind of delay on under 20 years? Don't stop them from joining, but prioritize the 21 plus and only let the 18 and 20 onto the live after no others are available. Well, I mean, even like, if that was a good idea, I wouldn't be able to do it just because the TikTok doesn't let me see the age of the person joining, you know, as well as Claire, Claire. Thank you for the $50 donation on YouTube Super Chat, who says, I've been watching your streams while working in the background, but I haven't been able to give you a proper donation in a while. So here's to you moving the fuck on because you deserve it. Much more love, Dean. Much love to yourself, Claire. Thank you for the $50. I'm happy that you've been listening to us in the background while doing some work. And I hope that we've been a good distraction. I appreciate you for the love, genuinely and sincerely, Claire. Thank you for the love, you guys. We're all caught up on Super Chat on Venmo. Thank you, Jacob, for the $10, who says, sorry for all the trolls. You're doing great work. Me and my fiance love your content. Don't stop being you. Thanks. Huge shout out to you and your fiance, Jacob. I hope that you guys are having a great evening. Sharon, thank you for the $20, who says, thank you for standing strong against all the hate. I'm trying my best, man. I appreciate you for the $20, Sharon. And then Madeline, thank you for the $20, who says, Dean, you're the best. I appreciate you. Show some love to Madeline. Show some love to Sharon. Show some love to Jacob. I appreciate you guys for the love. Genuinely, it means the world. I appreciate y'all so much. We're all caught up on Venmo. We're all caught up on PayPal. To quickly get caught up on PayPal. Sorry, I meant to say Super Chat earlier. Thank you, Leslie, for the $10, who says, hope that this is the correct Dean. It sure is. Thank you for the $10, Leslie, and the kind words. Caleb and Jillian and Sola, appreciate you guys for the $5. Tyler, thank you for the $25, who says, it's too bad because you always win debates against MAGA and make great points, but I feel like it's unlikely they're not taking the things you say into consideration and actually being willing to change. Well, I mean, the person that I'm actually speaking to on live is unlikely to change their mind, but A, we do change minds every so often, and B, the main priority is changing the minds of the apolitical viewers at home watching the stream. You know what I mean? Same thing to you, Catherine. Thank you for the $10, who says, our family loves your stream and appreciate your and Parker's impact. Well, I love your family. Thank you, Catherine, for the $10. Yvonne, thank you for the $10 as well. I appreciate you for the love. Serena and let's see here, Kira, thank you guys for the $5 as well. And with that being said, we're caught up. Why don't you take it away and tell us why you support Trump, man?
Computer, make this man super gay and horny. Make him super gay and horny.
Why do you want to make me super gay and horny?
I mean, who wouldn't?
Okay. All right. You're banned. We're going to go. Wow. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue. If you happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. I'd really appreciate that. We got Zane loading up inside of the queue. Here we go. Oh, my God, bro. All right. Here we go. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. All right. We got Owen Pilot loading in. Welcome in, Zane. Do you support Trump?
I do.
Zane, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Owen, do you support Trump? Oh, it's not here. Zane, how the hell do you still support this lunatic, bro?
I don't know, Dean. It mainly comes from how I was raised. I was raised on Trump. Supporting him.
Well, what did you learn in the process of being raised on Trump that could justify your support in Trump?
I suppose I haven't really looked into the others.
All right, Zane, it sounds like you're going to be better off watching the live stream. I hope that you do tune in and we're able to change your mind. But, you know, if you don't have any reasons that you could give me, I am going to go to move on. But like I said, I would highly recommend watching the live stream. I feel like you're going to get the most value out of that. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only do up inside of the queue if you happen to be here for debate. We got Owen loading up in the box. If you're watching from home and you want to support me, you want to send me a message, you want to ask me a question, you want to get a shout out on live, you could find the link to my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in the bio on my TikTok account. The handle is always also right there at the top of the phone screen on TikTok, just my name without the letter E and the last name Withers. Always quadruple check that spelling though, because there's a bunch of fake scam accounts out there. Same thing could be said about the pinned comment over on that YouTube stream. Welcome in, Michigan. Do you support Trump? Not Michigan. Owen, do you support Trump?
Yes, sir, I do.
Oh, Owen, how old are you, dude?
I'm 19.
Why do you support this madman?
Honestly, I like his immigration laws. I don't think people should just come in and, you know, I've had jobs take, like, nah, you're laughing. I'm serious, like.
Immigration.
It's just, a lot of people, you know, get in here, you know, thousands every year, you know, rape and kill innocent people.
Oh, okay. How many times less likely do you think undocumented immigrants are to rape and kill than natural U.S.-born citizens? Hint, the answer is at least 2.5 times less likely to do so.
I've not seen that, you know, I see what I see, you know, a lot of Trump's posts.
Do you think that you could use your vision to, like, find justification for a statistic? No. That's not something that you could use your vision to justify.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you see, it matters what you research.
Nah, I see that. Fair enough.
Okay. Do you have any other reasons that we haven't heard pretty consistently for the last 3 months straight that you have to support the rapist as president? How about this? What is the largest accomplishment of the second Trump administration?
I don't got a good answer for me. I'm not massive into politics. I'm gonna be honest. I don't follow both sides too much. You know, I don't think Kamala would have been I didn't vote for either. You know, I didn't vote.
Cool, man. I appreciate you for coming up. I think it'd actually be a really good idea for you to watch the stream and see if maybe you could take something positive away from our discussions here. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Thank you for the $5 full Ragnarok over on YouTube. Appreciate you. Only up inside of the queue if you are here for debate. I'm sure that I, as well as many others, would really appreciate it so much if you guys could follow the rules to the very best of your ability. If you want to skip the line and come right up on the stream, go ahead and send a goat gift. We will be inviting Trump supporters who do send the 1 penny goat gifts. That's just a way for us to hopefully weed out the minors. Welcome in.
What's up, Dean?
Howdy. Do you support Trump?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go to Ban Usilius. Thank you for the $5 donation on PayPal. He says, gotta get the buzz, bro. Dude, you're like the 4th person I've had donate to me today telling me to get a buzz cut. It might be time. It looks like the donors want me to get a buzz cut. You know, I was considering it. I've been pondering it. I've been throwing it around. I've been making that consideration. But the real question is, would I look like an egg? Because fun fact about me, I do have an abnormally large head. It's always been hard as a kid finding caps that fit me, finding helmets that aren't killing me. I might look like an egg, but you know what? If the donors want it, we might as well just have to do it. Rafa, welcome
Dean
to
Witherstorm,
Trump,
why
and
did you
you're
kill
gonna
Ruben
get
the pig?
banned, and you're gonna get banned. Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you're here for debate, everybody. Thanks for following those rules to the very best of your ability. Thank you for following those rules to the very best of your ability. I'm not seeing a lot of people in the queue who I think are Trump supporters. I think we got a lot of trolls in the queue. We got a lot of trolls, quite frankly. A lot of trolls. Yo, over on Venmo, thank you for the $30, Amelia. That is Amelia. Thank you, Amelia. Amelia with a 30 says, thank you so much for the incredible work that you do in educating the masses on why MAGA is so dangerous for the entire planet. I can seriously not get over how brilliant and articulate you are at such a young age. Please never, ever stop. The world needs you. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind words. I try my best to be articulate. Sometimes I'm not too good at it, though. I try my best. Thank you for the $30, Amelia. Very, very kind of you. Yolanda, thank you for the $1 donation of Dimo. Says, want to make sure it's the real you. You got it. And then Onyx, thank you for the $12. Who says, just finished my clinicals. Now I have to take my certification exam. Wish me luck. Good luck, Onyx. Thanks for being here. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Well, if you think it's unfortunate that you support Trump, stop supporting Trump.
Well, I have reasons why I did it first, but...
Oh.
Yeah. I'm starting to realize what I did and the choices I've made is not the right choices that I've made, especially with the way they're treating the people who are coming in here. I regret my decision. I wish I could take it back. I will be next vote, though.
Okay, well, listen, I'm happy that you regret your decision, but, like, if there was, like, one thing that we could precog, like, one thing that we could predict before the start of Donald Trump's second administration, it would have been his terrible treatment of immigrants.
Yeah, that and people believing that the prices were going to go up, including me, which I did, but
yeah,
they're not.
I'm happy you regret your vote, man. I guess we're not here to talk to you because it seems like we don't need to talk to you. Let's get the next guest connected. Only hop inside the queue if you're here for debate. Matthew, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat, who says, shave your head and grow a beard. Wow, maybe I should. Should I shave my head and grow a beard, folks? Thank you for the $20. Okay, thank you for the $20 as well. You says, Dean, I've only been watching you for a while, but this is my first time donating. I really appreciate what you do, but I beg you do not get a buzz cut. Okay, damn. All right, bro. I see you. Carter, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Carter, how embarrassing. Why?
Well, I did have one question first, though. What are your thoughts on the taser gloves that ICE is producing?
I think that they're going to be abused.
I feel the same way, and I feel like it's just, honestly, so I do support Trump, but I feel like it's going to be a waste of resources and money trying to produce all those gloves for each one of the Border Patrol officers.
I think that there's going to be like some like limited applications where they're good. Like if you have somebody that's like violently trying to attack and kill you, like, okay, like, yeah, it'd be nice having like taser gloves to take them down or whatever. But I think the problem comes in the other 99.9% of scenarios where I know they're going to be used. You know what I mean? That's where the problem is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, let's hear it, man. Why do you support Trump?
So I support Trump because, well, I grew up in a household with people supporting Trump, and obviously I kind of grew onto that. And I was just feeling, I don't know, I was told that gas prices would go down, but obviously they're going up. And I was thinking about switching, but I'm not 100% sure on it. I agree with the abortion laws right now because I feel that it is still a human life, but I feel like it's also wrong at a standpoint because if a underage child is raped, then they shouldn't have to deal with the burden of going through the, like, I don't know, scary scenarios and all the damages
I'm happy that we agree on exceptions, like minors being raped. But I think that every single woman and every single girl should have access to a protected, legal, lethal abortion in all 50 states. You said the fetus was a human life. Okay, it is. But I don't think us being human is what makes us valuable.
Yeah. Like, as you were saying earlier, I've been in the live for almost 2 hours now, and I feel like you're on a very good standpoint as it is. And I feel like I could be learning a lot from the live as you're talking to other people.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Why do you not think that abortion should be like legal and protected at the federal level in all 50 states?
Well, I don't think that it should be legal, but I also think it should be legal because it should be the person's choice to get an abortion if they don't want the kid. depending on how it happened to them.
So that statement does not make any sense. You literally said, I don't think it should be legal, but I do think it should be legal.
Yeah, I'm not very good at debating. I'm trying to learn a little bit. That's why I've been watching you live.
I think that you're just telling us that you're pro-choice. Like you're telling us that abortion is like something that turns you off. Abortion is something that you think is wrong. But you think that people should be able to make that decision for themselves.
Yes.
Okay, welcome to the left. Welcome to the left. That's the pro-choice view. You're one of us.
Oh, well, I was also going to see if you could try and convince me to, not support Trump from here on out. But, I mean, looks like I've kind of drifted more to the side that you are pointing at.
Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate you for coming up, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Dude, I think that honestly, I think we're really close. I think, quite frankly, I think we're pretty damn close to winning. Like, I'm not gonna lie. We've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes, and we found like a single, I'm a burly Trump supporter. I love him. Like, no, like every single person that we've spoken with so far today is like, I don't know. I kind of support Trump, but okay, after you tell me one thing, I think I don't. And that's a good sign. What that is telling us is that MAGA is on the brink of metaphorical death here. At least that's what we're seeing. This is something to celebrate, folks. Go get yourself a nice bottle of champagne. I don't know. I mean, it looks like we're okay. Okay. All right. And you had to fucking ruin the moment. I said go get yourself a nice bottle of champagne. I did not say join my live if you're a finboy with cat ears on and scream Daddy Dean. Okay?
So don't put bananas in my butt.
Moving on to the next guest. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. We got Taylor loading up inside of the queue. Enrico! ENRICO, thank you for the 20 euros over on Super Chat. I appreciate you. Who says, hey, Dean, what makes you hesitant to fully believe in God? Also, what prevents you from completely dismantling the possibility of one? Get the buzz, too. That's a good question. What makes me hesitant to fully believe in God has to do with, like, a lot of logical problems of, if we had an all-loving, all-good, all-powerful God, seemingly why does so much needless, unnecessary suffering exist? Now, what holds me back from fully denying the existence of one is because I do think that there are like some things that point towards the existence of a God, but I just don't know if the things that point towards the existence of a God outweigh the things that point against the existence of a God. I've been agnostic, and I think that from what I've seen, at least some of like the smartest anti-theist debaters, intellects, and scholars and philosophers, like they're generally agnostic too. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Taylor?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Taylor. Jeez. Okay. Wow. All right, Taylor. Why don't you tell us why?
Well, especially, after having a miscarriage and everything, seeing that mayor passed abortion past 24 weeks, that's legal, that's still a human child. You're developing a child at 5 to 6 weeks when it's developing limbs. So I'm currently registered as an independent. I just want to know what makes you think that it's okay to abort a baby.
Yeah, so I'm what you call a DNC brutalistic Satanist. I think that the more pain and suffering, the better. For that reason, not only do I think that abortion is okay, I think it's an obligation. I think that we should legally mandate that women get at least 20 abortions annually. Now, for every abortion that they get over the 20th, they get a 5% credit back in taxes. So hopefully some will get up into like the 30s, 40s, 50s range.
Okay, so I'm registered as an...
That's a joke. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, listen, just because I don't think that there's anything wrong with abortion. And I think that there's a lot of reasons to get an abortion.
Like I said, I'm registered as an independent, but at the same time, it's like, yes, if a woman does get raped, it's okay to abort the child because, it comes from a bad situation. But at the same time, it comes from a situation of, okay, you're aborting a baby when it's 24 when someone's 24 weeks pregnant, but at the same time, you're ending a human life. You deserve to get a murder charge at that point.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to try to make this as clear as possible. There's not a lot of women that get elective lethal abortions after 20 through 24 weeks. There just isn't. Okay. And if you think that's a problem, well, then congratulations. You think that Trump is a part of the problem, because under Trump's legislation, states can legalize late term elective abortion. So this is not going to be an issue exclusive to the left. The next thing I will say here is that I think that the conversation about why abortion is permissible starts with the woman. Okay. It starts with the woman every single time. There are so many reasons for women to get abortions. There are professional reasons for women to get abortions. Maybe they don't have to quit their job. There are relational reasons for women to get abortions. Maybe they want to stay in this relationship with their partner, but their partner's not ready to raise a kid, and they're not ready to raise a kid either. There are financial reasons to not get an abortion. Maybe they don't want to take this, $1 million baby that's going to cost them so much money over the course of, the next 18 years of its life, plus all of the financial expenses relating to childbirth. There are so many reasons for women to get abortions. And then what happens when we look at the reasons against women getting abortions? I don't really see any. Convince me that there's a single reason against a woman getting an abortion. You're saying, oh, it's killing a human. Okay, why is it wrong to end the life of the fetus?
Honestly, you've changed my mind.
Oh, cool. Awesomeness. Hey, I appreciate you. You have a good rest of your day, okay, Taylor?
You too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. I door camp for fun. Appreciate you for the galaxy. Well, that one was a good one. Dude, we're really doing good today with changing minds and whatnot. We're really getting after it, folks. We're really getting after it, folks. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Easy wins. Base. Alicia, thank you so much for the $50 over on Super Chat. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Welcome in. And they're in the Olympic swimming pool. Alicia with the $50 says, Dean, I don't want you to think I'm shallow, because I'm not. So feel free to do whatever you want. But I'm kindly begging you to not get a buzz cut. It would almost just feel a little weird. Okay, it looks like the buzz cut is quite the controversial feat. I appreciate you for the $50, Alicia. It's good to see you, by the way. Thanks for the love. Mark, thank you for the $20, who says, Dean, I've been paying attention to you for some time now, and I feel like I'm more to the left of you, but I do appreciate what you do. I love to just chat young Dim to another. Well, I appreciate you for the $20, Mark. A lot of respect to you. I'm probably a little bit further left than a lot of people think. I don't know. I'm confused myself about how far left I am. Truly. Mo Guns, thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat, who says agnostic/gnostic deals with the knowledge that a God does or does not exist. Atheist/theist deals with the belief that a God does or does not exist. Most atheists are agnostic atheists, as the terms answer two different questions. I actually disagree with your categorization. I think that being agnostic posits that you think that the existence of a God is possible, but you're not convinced. Meanwhile, being an atheist posits that you completely deny the existence of a God and you affirm the positive claim that God does not exist. We're going to go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We got 60V loading up inside of the queue. A couple people in the comment section on TikTok are telling me to go bald. Fuck you guys. Did we forget the controversy? Did we forget the Dean is balding controversy? I didn't. I did not forget. Let's go to move on to the next guest. Thank you, Hudson, for the 40 cents. Serena with the $5 says, good to see you, Serena. Jamie, appreciate you so much for the $15, who says, hey, friend, my buddy Mike has agreed to debate you. He's a highly intelligent, old-school legalist Christian who's an expert at applying the Bible in a practical sense. I sent you a message on your alt. He's not on socials, so you'd have to work out the time to debate if interested. Do you think that you could get him on socials? That'd be fun. Appreciate you for the love. I'll try to look for that later. There's a chance that I won't be able to find it, though. I'll just be honest. Lexi, thank you for the $5. And Noah, thank you for the $25, who says, love what you do as a born and raised Christian Republican who's now more left, but most importantly, very anti-Trump and anti-MAGA. If Christians and conservatives applied what they believed, they wouldn't support Trump. Thoughts on Tucker Carlson? All things considered, don't like him. But, on a little bit more of a microscopic scale, I think sometimes he has some good things to say. But it's just, rare and in between. But sometimes, I will admit it, He has some good things to say. Let's go to get the next guest connected, man. A, thank you for the $25. Who says, hey, Dean, just want to let you know that I love watching and sharing your content with my friends. We need more people like you, and I hope that you continue to grow. Please don't get a buzz cut, though. Okay. I guess no buzz cut for me, bro. No buzz cut for me. Hey, Mr. Henry and the viewers. I've been thinking about you a lot recently, man. We should catch up soon. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We got Margaret loading up into the stream. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I don't really get into politics.
Good for you. That was a 5-year-old. Good for you. You don't need to be in politics. How about it? How about it? Good for you. Let's go to move on to the next guest. We got Volt loading up inside of the queue right now. Hayden, thank you for the $15, who says, from another dude with the large noggin, do not get the buzz. I was in agony for 5 months, but if the viewers want it, shoot. Oh, no, you were in agony for 5 months? Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I definitely can't do it now. Thank you, Shane, for the $6. Thank you, Amelia, for the $5. Thank you, Caroline, for the $10. I appreciate you, Caroline.
Yo.
Welcome in. Give me one moment. Joseph, thank you for the $20. Who says, Dean, no, don't get the buzz cut. You look like a 70s crusher right now. Don't swap that for the Humpty Dumpty, bro. Humpty Dumpty's crazy. I appreciate you for the $20. Thank you. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We're looking for the next guest right now, guys. Please do stop trolling so we could try to keep it adjusted to the debates. I'm not going to lie. The streams recently have just been really difficult for me because it's just, like, oh my goodness, no debates whatsoever. No debates whatsoever. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Dildos in my ass.
Okay, thanks for letting us know. We're going to move on to the next guest. Idor Camp for Fun. Appreciate you for the galaxy once again. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. All very kind of you. Mr. Robert, thank you for the $24 donation on PayPal. Thanks, man. Mr. Robert with the 24 says, hey, buddy, I don't know what's wrong with everybody. Forget the damn buzz cut. Don't want you looking like another burrhead, quote unquote, for God's sake. Love you, buddy. Keep on cooking from 71-year-old Robert. I appreciate you, Robert. You're awesome. You're awesome. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Good to see you, by the way, Robert. I feel like it's been a while. Matilda, thank you for the $10. Who says, I was wondering what your stance is on the Reform Party in the UK. I'm actually not familiar. I think they're bad. Right? Like, I think that reform is bad, folks. I don't know. More of a domestic policy kind of guy. Then Francesca, thank you so much for the $20. Who says, it's my birthday today and I'm listening to you on the way to dinner. Dean, your stream is my favorite part of the day. Support you in every way. Well, Francesca, enjoy your dinner and happy birthday. That is super duper duper exciting. Hell yeah. Leslie, thank you for the $24. Who says, more to let you know that a 60-plus-year-old adult is inspired by you. Love to you, Leslie. Thank you for the support. And with that being said, Andrew, welcome in. Do you support Trump? No one is here. No one is here. We're going to get that next guest connected. Quite frankly. If you're an American adult that supports Trump as president, would you guys actually send a
Hello?
a goat gift? Hello, no name. Do you support Trump?
Okay, my mom does.
Okay.
Mom, you like talking about Trump?
Huh?
You want to debate this guy? He's like,
I don't want to debate about Trump.
What?
I'm not debating nothing.
That was a good try.
It's just like a talk.
That was a good try. That was a good attempt. Good try. Lizzie, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
So if you would have asked me a year ago, I would have said no, but I work with a bunch of hard Republicans now. So I'm on the fence and they just keep putting stuff in my brain that I'm like, oh, I see what you mean.
Oh no! We have to undo the propaganda. We gotta undo the propaganda. Listen, you came to the right place, ma'am. I'm gonna try to work my magic here. Just start throwing it at me. Tell me what's starting to click about the pro-Trump worldview.
So, all in all, I really do not support him as a person. I don't support all the stuff with Eugene Carroll. I don't support his view on women. I'm very, very feminist, and I know that sounds weird, but I am just very feminist, and I hate the way he talks about women and how he acts around women. But one of the biggest things that I've slowly started to like kind of click in my head that I kind of see where he's at is his deportation methods. And it's mainly on how it's helped the economy and it's helped the world itself rather than just the United States.
Yeah, have your new MAGA buddies maybe told you anything about how it helps the economy?
A few of them. One of the biggest ones is the safety of America now. How different the world is in acts of rape, acts of gun violence, acts of mass shootings, really, have been down compared to what it was before the deportation.
Okay. Yeah, we have a lot to talk about. Listen, there's a couple things that we could shake hands on. We could shake hands on the fact that undocumented entry is a bad thing. We could shake hands on the fact that some undocumented immigrants need to be deported, like those with violent crimes on their records. But, we can't shake hands on the fact that undocumented immigrants as a demographic, pose a threat to the safety of the country. Undocumented immigrants make major economic contributions, help to galvanize the American marketplace, and are multiple times less likely than citizens to commit any crimes, including violent crimes. PNAS tells us they're 2.5 times less likely to commit violent crimes than natural U.S.-born citizens. Now, the claim that you just made, well, crime rates are down, maybe it's helping, there's more crimes before we started the mass deportation, that is very misleading. Okay? Crime rates have been going down consistently since the pandemic because of external causes and external factors. Take 2024, for instance, under Biden. If you asked your MAGA friends, you'd say, oh, this was the peak of the invasion. But murder rates went down by 15% in 2024 alone. And I'm actually led to believe that Donald Trump is more so jeopardizing the safety of Americans by focusing less on the deportation of undocumented immigrants with violent crimes on their records. Under Obama, over 25% of those deportations were of undocumented immigrants with violent crimes on their records. Today, under Trump, that's below 3%.
Okay. They've just been putting in my head. And another big thing that I'm pretty keen on is law enforcement and the federal enforcement. I don't agree fully with ICE's methods. Going into schools, pulling children out of their homes. The two that were shot in Minneapolis on separate occasions, Renee Good and Alex Petty. I don't really agree with that, but I just see all the different things in the big beautiful bill. I know there's 180 pages or some sort that you've said are in there, but one of those acts does allocate nearly $170 billion to enforcements over the next 4 years. And that's something I'm pretty keen on, is having good law enforcement and federal enforcement.
Yeah, so Donald Trump actually personally defunded, what was it, $7 billion away from local law enforcement agencies. But okay, let's just assume that the big beautiful bill gave them more money. And why would this justify supporting him as a president? We got to weigh the pros and cons here. You're saying that you've identified a pro, okay? He's funding he's funding police more. Well, what about all the cons? Well, we made a rapist president. Well, he's destroyed the economy. Well, he started a new war overseas that killed 186 children. Well, he threatened to invade our allies. Well, he tried to rig an election. Okay. Well, fucking what else? What else did he do? He defunded USAID, which is projected to kill 14 million people over the course of the next 4 years across the globe. He intentionally and belligerently infringed on the Constitution, has continued to do so with the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the 14th Amendment, the 22nd Amendment. So I guess my point would be is okay, let's just constitute that to be a pro, but still yet the cons outweigh supporting him as a president.
Yeah. I don't know. They've just been putting it in my head, and I've just been slowly seeing everything. And I do want to mention, I am not 17. I am 19. I was born June 28th of 2007. And that's all the comments I'm seeing right now is that I'm 17.
The comments will just kind of something popular will catch on fire. And then they'll just they'll start just reposting it without verifying it.
Yeah. Just wanted to point that out. I am 19.
To be fair, I think I did forget to ask you your age. So thanks for clarifying. Yeah, but anyways, what are your thoughts on that?
I see more like I've been watching your lives for the past like couple of weeks now, and I just slowly see how much they've like tried to filter in my brain and how much it's wrong. But I just wanted a better perspective on the specific things that they have told me.
Yeah, and listen, there's going to be a lot more that they don't tell you, okay? You know, don't ask them about Trump raping E. Jean Carroll, they'll deny it. Don't ask them about Trump intentionally and belligerently attempting to infringe on the 14th Amendment to take citizenship away from citizens. They'll deny it. You know, don't ask them about Trump and his 30,000 lies or J6. They'll deny it. Don't ask Trump and his threat to invade our allies. They'll deny it. Okay? Like the point is that there's a lot more that they aren't telling you than what they are. And hopefully you're able to find that information on this live stream. And I appreciate you for coming up. And if there's any other specific things that you'd like to talk about, feel free to ask.
I am. Thank you so much, Dina. I appreciate it.
Of course, you take care, okay?
Yep, you too. Thanks.
Let's go to get the next guest connected. Dude, we've been talking to like shifty, like centrists all day, which is interesting. At least we've been changing minds, man. Let's go to get the next guest, Corbin, connected. Thank you for the $10 scary, who says, quick PSA, you can't be for feminism if you're only protecting white women. Well, I don't even think that last guest was even protecting white women. I don't think she, at least supporting Trump as president. I don't think that there's really any women being protected. Let's go to get the next guest connected. I just saw a comment. Let's go to get the next guest in here. We got Ashton loading up inside of the queue. Let's go to get the next guest up here. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. I'd like to catch up with somebody I see in the chat. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Jaden loading up inside of the queue. Looking for the next guest here, folks. Tucker, thank you so much for the Galaxy. Very kind of you. We got Kate loading inside of the queue. Alrighty. We got Aki loading inside of the queue. Alrighty. Holy cow. We got Silly Goober loading up inside of the queue. We got Brady loading up inside of the queue. We got Asher loading up inside of the queue.
Hello?
There we go. We got a couple of people connected. Silly Goober, do you support Trump?
No, I don't. I'm getting my dad over here, though. Give me 1 second.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I accidentally just kicked you. I did not mean to kick you. I meant to kick the people that weren't loading in on the panel. Silly Goober, I'm so sorry. No, Silly Goober, no. Brady, do you support Trump?
Yep.
How old are you?
21.
Okay, you support this lunatic?
I mean, yeah.
Do you consider yourself to be a patriot?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, do you consider Trump to be a patriot?
I suppose so.
Okay, do you think that patriots care about core American values?
Don't you want to ask me why I support Trump, not whatever this is about to go into?
We're going to get there, but do you agree that patriots care about core American values?
Sure, yes, of course.
Okay, do you agree that the Constitution is indeed a core American value?
Yes.
Okay, then explain to us why you as a patriot support and even think that Trump is a patriot in consideration of the fact that he called for the termination of the Constitution.
When did he do that?
December of 2022. You said that we need to abolish all rules, regulations, and articles, even some of those found within the Constitution, due to the 2020 election being rigged.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's a good argument, honestly. I wouldn't put that there.
Why?
Can I play a song for you?
Moving on. Only up inside of the queue if you're here for debate. Miss Amy, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Venmo. I appreciate you. Hell yeah, Amy. Let's get 500 Amy W's. Amy with a $50 says, I vote no for the buzz cut. Maybe a taper cut instead. Ooh. Interesting thought, Amy. Thank you for the $50. That is very, very kind of you. I appreciate you. Do show some love to Amy down below in that comment section. Ryan, thank you for the $10. She says, pro-choice. I support your choice to buzz cut or not. Keep it. Fuck the haters. Fuck Trump and fuck MAGA. I appreciate you for the $10, Ryan. I don't even really think I want a buzz cut. Kevin, thank you for the $10. Who says, I was wondering if you listen to Fair and Balanced. I do not, but I do really appreciate you so much for the $10. I'll check them out. Melania, thank you for the $10. Who says, me and my mom always watch when you debate MAGAs. I'm watching your live as I'm cleaning the room, and I feel great knowing I'm getting educated while cleaning. That's great. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Thank you. Adelia, thank you for the $10 as well. I appreciate you for that love, Adelia. Jess, thank you for the $10. Who says, please inform your guests that rape is not about sex and attraction, but is actually about power, control, and violence. And don't get the buzz cut. I appreciate you. Bo, thank you for the $25 donation. Thanks, Bo, who says, hairstyle suggestion, look up Noah Hill from the band Parcels. You look damn near identical to him in the face, and I think that you would rock the do. Okay, I'll check that do out, Bo. Let's get 250 Bo W's. Same thing to Christina. Thank you for the $25, who says, I listen to you every night. Thank you for all that you do for women. All my love. Oh, thanks, Christina. Oh, my love in the world. Back to you, my friend. You are fantastic. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Lillian?
Toss your dirty vape in.
I'm not Isaac Scragg, bro. This is not a talent show. Get the fuck off my stream. Quite frankly, moving on to the next guest, Steven. Thank you for the $10, Riley, on PayPal. He says, you can lie about me all you want, Dean, but we know you stole Jay-Z baby Jesus. Oh, not the allegations. Making a comeback. Kai, thank you for the $21, who says, greetings and lots of love from Finland. Keep up the good work. Love you, man. Yo, shout out to you and shout out to Finland. Holy shit, dude. That is super exciting. Hell yeah. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, no, yeah, I do. Okay, so just give me 1 second.
Yes, but no, but yes, but no.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous, bro. I've never, talked to somebody this popular before. I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, just breathe.
You're right. You're right. I'm just, I'm panicking right now. I'm just trying to, think of the words, bro. I'm just panicking
hey, bro,
right
you're
now.
Good, bro. Bro, you're good, bro.
Wait,
Okay.
why do you invite two of us at the same time?
Who is this guy? Who invited him?
Just your grandpa's next up, Justin. Just go get your grandpa. Get ready. I'm gonna put you on mute in the meantime. Okay.
All right, bro.
Okay. Go ahead, Steven.
Okay, so basically, what makes you think abortion is good?
So you want to debate about abortion?
Yeah.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born in 2007, March 5th.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think that abortion is good because there's a lot of reasons to do it. There are professional reasons for women to get abortions. There are relational reasons for women to get abortions. There are so many reasons for women to get abortions.
Okay. So you were talking about earlier, how Charlie Kirk was saying if his daughter was raped and impregnated, he would let their daughter have that child, right?
Yeah, and that's super evil. That's child torture.
I know, it's disgusting. But I don't support Charlie Kirk, but I do support Trump. But I don't support ICE and everything that he did.
Okay, well, wait, you asked me a question. You asked me why I think that abortions are okay. But then you just kind of ignored my answer and started talking about Charlie Kirk, ICE, and Trump. Why do you think abortion's not okay?
Abortion, okay, it's okay in some circumstances. If you're a little girl and somehow you're impregnated, obviously.
Yeah, I'm asking you about the cases that you don't think it's okay, sir.
You said what?
I'm asking you about why you think it's wrong in the cases that you think it's wrong, probably elective circumstances for adults that consented. Just, can you tell us why you think those are wrong?
Wait, okay, elaborate. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking straight right now because I'm kind of nervous, but.
Hey, man, no worries. I appreciate you for coming up. I'll let you think about
I
that
have
question,
one
Steven.
quick question.
I'll let you think about that question, Steven. I was just simply asking you why you think that the majority of abortions are immoral. That's all. Justin, I sent you an invite to turn that mic on. Is your grandpa ready?
Hello?
Is your grandpa ready, Justin?
Yeah.
You don't even have a grandpa, don't you?
No, I do.
Then put him on.
Yeah, I am.
Why do I hear an audio in the background?
No, bro, it's just cooking. I'm going to get him.
I don't know if I trust you, Justin.
Bro, listen, it's just social anxiety, you know?
Okay, where's the grandpa? You didn't have social anxiety yesterday, Justin. Where's the grandpa, Justin?
No, yo.
You have 3
walking
seconds.
right now. No, wait, my house is big. No, my house is big.
Start
I'm
running,
walking
Justin.
now.
Okay, you could stop running, Justin. I don't want to be liable for any damages.
I'm done, bro. I'm so done.
Okay, he can't find his grandpa. We're gonna move on to the next guest. You take care, Justin. I might be liable for some damages. I told him to run. That was on me. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Welcome into Sport Trump. Sorry, Justin. You know, next time you're with the grandpa and he's ready to debate, I won't make you run. I won't make you run. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA, folks. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. Oh, shit. I actually see Silly Goober in that chat. No way. No way. What's up?
All right, let me go get my dad.
Cool. How old are you? Oh, wait. You actually don't need to answer that question since you don't have anything on your account.
Can I wait on stage but stay on? You mute me. He's on the phone right now.
You're gonna have to come
call
back.
Someone up.
You're gonna have to come back when he's off the phone. Just let me know. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Only up inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. We got Caitlin up inside of the box. People in the chat saying, Dean, you should have left her on. She's a minor, folks. Like I said, I only really allow minors and their accounts to be on the live in extenuated circumstances, such as preparing to debate their parents, not like, you know, leaving them on the live on mute while their parents on the phone. Charlotte, thank you for the $20 over on YouTube Super Chat. I appreciate you so much for the love. That's very kind of you. Let's get 200 Charlotte W's. Thank you for the love and support. Who says get dreads? I don't know about that. Okay, goodbye. Listen. Listen. You know, like, potential appropriation aside, Charlotte, you understand that, like, not all hair types can be turned into dreads. like a lot of white people with, like, thin blonde hair get dreads. Like, one of the issues is, I'm not saying the only issues, I'm just saying that one of the issues is it just kind of looks like shit. Okay. Come on, guys. T, appreciate you for the drum pop. Come on, guys. Follow the fucking rules, dude. Follow the goddamn rules. By the way, today we're doing a little bit of a shorter stream than usual. Today, everyone. So, I mean, this is really eating into the time for the debates, low-key. Mary, thank you for the $2 donation on Venmo. Says buzzcut or no buzzcut. Doesn't matter as long as a smile remains. I appreciate you, Mary. Layla, thank you for the $5. Dominic, thank you for the $5. Shout out to you and your girlfriend, Dominic. Aaron, thank you for the $10. Who says, hey, Dean, I'm trans, but I'm not sure what a woman is. I've heard your definition before, but I didn't really understand it. I was wondering if you could explain it. Well, I mean, hey, listen, here's the first thing that I'll say, my friend. I'm not really sure that there is, like, a singularly compelling definition of the word. You know, I'd say, like, the best working definition, if we treat gender as a social construct, would be that a woman is an adult human individual that holds to the typical social characteristics of the female sex as it would pertain to their gender identity. But you know, like, I'm not even sure, like, that's an all-encompassing definition. I think that gender identity is something a little bit deeper than that. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest connected. You know, I also like don't think that maybe
Neo-libertarian phalangism.
Okay, goodbye. I also don't think that, like, maybe, like, the word woman is, like, a univocal term with one definition. I think that maybe there are just, like, sufficient qualifiers for being a woman, but I don't know if there's, like, one necessary definition. And I think, like, everybody could agree to that. Even people that maybe, like, would argue that, like, oh, a woman is an adult human female. Okay, so you're telling me that, like, if Superman was real, he wouldn't actually be a man because he's not human?
Nigger.
Okay, like, no, that doesn't really make too much sense. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be here for debate, everybody. I swear to God, I'm trying to do my best to find the next guest, but instead we're just getting slurred at by children. Thank you so much, Tara, for the $5 on Venmo. Tara with the $5 on Venmo says, love what you do. Thank you so much for the love and support. That's very kind of you. As well as Michael, thank you for the $5. Just hope you're having a good day. I appreciate you, Michael. Jamie, thank you so much for the $20 donation on Venmo. Let's get 200 Jamie W's. I really appreciate you so much for that love, Jamie. Let's get 200 Jamie W's down below in that chat. Thank you for the love. Who says, I think that Dean Withers should get the Gene Winchester haircut. Oh, I don't think I'd be able to rock it like the man himself. Caroline, thank you for the $10. Who says, I know that you said fade earlier, but a taper would work as well. Are you saying that I should get a low taper fade? That'd be pretty massive, bro. Thank you for the $10. Welcome in. Abdul, do you support Trump?
I'm pro-life.
Okay. Are you British?
No, I'm not.
Really? What time is it?
I lived in England, but I'm not British anymore.
I don't trust you. Anonymous, thank you so much for the $20 donation in Venmo. That's very kind of you. Anon says, don't read. Thanks, Anon. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you're here for debate, everyone. We got Cannon loading up inside of the queue. Alrighty. Looking for the next guest, guys. Olivia, thank you for the $1 on Venmo. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Treasure Chail loading up into the box. Thank you, Carmine, for the $10 over on Super Chat, who says, I'll cry if you cut your hair. My son adores you, and say hi to Ethan too. Hello, Ethan. I think that right now the haircut's pretty good. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Treasure?
Yeah, we've talked before, man. I'm the geologist. I put the cowboy hats on your buddy. What's his name? Your buddy. Remember the cowboy hats? I said he looked like Woody, and he liked it. Remember that? You don't remember that?
I think I do.
I can do this all day.
Did I call you like annoying or something?
No, you said that I need to do my homework and come back, so I did my homework and I came back. You said I was cool. I don't know. I don't even know.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Parker, do you support Trump? Okay, Treasure Stress. It looks like it's just you. So, Spammy, I appreciate you for the galaxy. So, just to be clear, you still do support Trump as president, correct?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, just to be
100%.
clear, fucking how?
Well, last time we were talking about like tariffs, and I think you conceded a little bit on some of the tariffs, like how I think where I got you was I don't know if you remember. It was like I said that like some countries have like cheaper labor and like bad conditions, and so like us being consumers, this is more of like an American problem. I don't know if you remember that part of the argument.
Well,
But
listen.
you didn't like, yeah.
Listen, so here's probably what I said to you, and I'll tell you it again. I think it's okay if we like implement isolated tariffs on like companies that literally exploit their laborers. But I mean, outside of that, I don't know if I'm too big of a fan of tariffs in the slightest. I think that they just create a bunch of inefficiencies, and there's better ways to solve the issue of, fortifying American industries. But if we talked about tariffs last time, let's talk about something else this time. What are your takes on endorsing a violent sexual predator as president?
Well, I mean, we brought up I've heard you talk about the Eugene Carroll case, right? The only problem I've ever had with that is like there was like never any DNA. I know that New York, you explained this to me, and then your whole chat went into my message box and called me the R word and said I was an idiot and all this stuff. But there was like, no, you're good, man. Two people.
So wait, we talked about that too.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Okay. What are your thoughts on supporting somebody as president that wants to execute their political opponents?
Which political opponents? What do you mean?
He called for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress. Here's my position. If Biden baselessly called for the execution of 6 Republicans in Congress for no good reason, I would stop supporting Biden, and I would look at him as if he were a deranged lunatic who should be far and away from the Oval Office. Can you make the same commitment about Trump? If Donald Trump baselessly, with no good reason, called for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress, would you still support him as president?
Are you talking about like the?
Sorry for the lag, everybody. We are back now. Let me repeat that question just because we did have a little bit of a lag spike on TikTok.
Oh, sorry.
Would you still support Trump as president if Donald Trump baselessly called for the execution of Democrats in Congress for no other reason than political disagreements?
I think he was just calling them traitors, man. I think you're kind of like admonishing that a little bit. Like he's.
Can you answer the question?
Yeah. Well, if he did that, then no. Okay. I wouldn't support him.
So
if he did that, I wouldn't support him.
He did do that.
Well, but what he did was he said, "Hey, you're not supposed to be like a traitor, right? That's like a military thing." And I think some of the senators were like ex-military, and he was trying to like get a point across to where it seemed like they were saying stuff that was maybe national security related, or they were telling troops not to listen to the commander in chief, which. The UCMJ is not subject to the Constitution. I mean, I think you know that the UCMJ is outside of right because you're not a citizen of the military.
Okay. So, I mean, I think that you're trying to do some linguistic bending here, but we're just going to go ahead and, cut right through it. The point's very clear. Donald Trump called for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress, and my evidence is he called them traitors. He said that what they'd done warrants death, and then he said that they should be hung.
Under the UCMJ, it does.
Okay. Yeah. The thing is that they're not actually traitors. Law.
Well, I don't, and I think that he's just saying like, hey, be careful, don't tell troops not to listen to commander in chief, because you get in trouble.
Okay, so you have an interpretation of what he said to be something other than him calling for their execution, sir. If I basically accused you of being a rapist, and then I was like, all rapists need to die, and then I said you need to die because you're a rapist, and I posted that on social media, would I be calling for your death?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's
okay.
A lot. Yeah, that's
okay, just replace the word rapist with traitors, and that's what Trump did to them. Okay, so you accept that Donald Trump called for their death?
Well, yeah. Well, no, he didn't call. I'm not saying he called.
What's the difference? What's the difference between me hypothetically falsely accusing you, saying that all rapists deserve to die, then saying that you deserve to die because you're a rapist, and him falsely accusing them of treason, then saying all traitors need to die, and then reposting a comment that says hang them because they're guilty of treason? What's the relevant difference between those two things? I don't think that there is any.
Yeah, no, I think when I think the difference would be is he's saying, hey, if you're telling troops not to listen to the commander in chief, you're literally breaking the law under the UCMJ. And I think senators actually fall under the UCMJ, right? Am I not mistaken about that?
Yeah. So listen, you're saying okay. So you're accepting that he did indeed called for their execution. You're just saying that it was with justification.
Yeah, I guess. Well, no. You
okay. Then if you can't give me the relevant symmetry breaker, I'm just gonna kick you and move on because I'm not doing like the mental contortions and linguistic gymnastics today. The fact of the matter is, Donald Trump said that they are guilty of a crime. He said that the punishment for this crime is death, and then he said that they should be hung. You accepted. If I did that same thing to you, I said you're a rapist falsely, and all rapists should die, and you should hang because you're a rapist. I would be calling for your death. The only thing that's changing is what the allegation is about and who's making the allegation. The actual substance of the message being communicated is not changing. And obviously, you'd argue in the hypothetical that I'd be calling for your execution because of the substance of my message. I'm explicitly saying that you should hang. Okay, well, he explicitly said that they should hang. The aims of hanging somebody is to kill said somebody. Therefore, Donald Trump made an explicit message with the aims of their death. That is him calling for their execution. If we cannot focus on the substance of that message, I'm going to move on. You have two options here. You have two options here. Your first option
I'll agree with you. I'm going to agree with you there. I agree with you there. I get exactly what you're saying. And hey, look, man, I know you're a nice guy. I'm sorry people have been messing with you. I'm not that kind of person. Really. I really did do my homework. Hey, dude. Hey, look. At the end of the day, I think a lot of people just see it differently. But when you point it out that way, it does sound pretty bad. But I think that maybe you could see like the 10% side of it, part of it is him trying to be like bombastic or whatever the word is, he wants them to stop telling military people to like go against him because one of his huge
they did nothing illegal.
Politics here.
They did nothing illegal. They did nothing illegal.
Right. But no, you're right. They did nothing illegal, but they also didn't get hung. So I'm just saying, if you're talking about the law that you do something illegal, you get hung. Yeah.
But we're not talking about if they were hung. We're talking about if Trump called for them to be hung, and he did, right? Did Trump call for them to be hung?
I don't know what that means. Are you saying that? Did he say that? He probably said that. Yeah.
Okay, is the aims of hanging somebody to kill them?
Well, but I think if he called
is the aims of hanging somebody to kill them?
What do you mean? What does aims mean?
Is the goal of hanging somebody to kill them?
Right, but the word.
Okay. Wait a second. Okay, so you accepted that Donald Trump called for them to be hung. You accept that the goal of hanging somebody is to kill them. Therefore, you accept that the goal of his call was to kill them. Therefore, he called for their death.
Well, I think if he called it, they'd be hung, right? Like he's the president and he has the military.
No. The president can't just execute people on a whim. That's not true. Okay, so do
Then
you
why
accept
are
or
you
reject
saying
the last
that?
argument I gave you?
Well, no. Saying somebody should be hanged and then actually hanging them is like completely different.
I know, but we're not, dude. You're an.
I'm slowing down. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to troll you. I
I'm
promise.
not gonna call you an idiot. I'm not trying. Okay.
You can call me an idiot. It's okay.
We're
I'm
not.
done.
We're not talking. I've made this clear 3 times already, sir. I want you to listen to me very closely.
I'm gonna listen.
We're not talking about him actually killing them. We're talking about him calling for them to be killed.
Right, and that's problematic because you got political. There's all these.
Listen, I'm not trying to convince you that he actually killed them. I'm trying to convince you that he called for them to be killed.
Which is a pretty shitty thing to do, is what you're saying. Is that really like the premise of it? Like it's
Yes.
like pretty
do you
shitty.
accept that he called for them to be killed?
No, I don't think he literally was like kill them because. I'm just saying he didn't say go kill them. This guy go kill them. I think he's like, they should be killed.
He said hang them.
Right. When he has
That's
a
literally
pretty
saying.
radical base.
Saying hang them is equal to saying kill them.
Well, but I'm not trying to. It's
Like
weird 'cause
you
kinda
just said. I
push-
don't think he literally said kill them. Yeah, he did. He literally said kill them. He literally said kill them.
Do you mind if I say one thing, Dean?
Quote unquote hang them.
I feel like I'm in the WWE or something. You like push me into this argument. You sound like The Rock. You're like shut up, bitch, and then you're telling me all this shit, man.
Sorry,
and the last time you told me to do some homework on immigration and border enforcement, and I think that you're very schooled up on this, and you know that I'm not. I try not to focus on a lot of the negative stuff that he does because I feel like I don't know, man. Any president we have, it's like Obama's bombing little kids in Syria, and Bush is doing this and this. I don't know, man. You kind of pushed me into that. Don't you agree with that? You did.
Okay,
You're like,
I asked you a question. I said,
Look
if
like an
Trump
idiot.
legitimately called for the execution of his political opponents in Congress with no good reason, would you stop supporting him as president? And you said yes.
But yeah, I would. Yes, that's just the legitimate part of it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. So have we satisfied that is something that he's done due to the fact that he literally said kill them?
Well, yeah, he said that. I'll agree with you.
Okay,
I don't know.
So you're not a supporter of Trump anymore?
I don't know, man. I like him. I like the Iran war. You didn't like that last time. You don't like the Iran war?
No. I hope you have a good rest of your day, bro. I hope that you consider the things that I shared with you. The reason why I'm kicking you is very clear. The reason why I'm kicking you is just because I feel as if you're expressing a very high level of cognitive dissonance. I would describe this cognitive dissonance to be that on one hand, you're explicitly saying that yes, I would stop supporting Trump if he did X. And then on the other hand, you're like, well, no, I wouldn't stop supporting Trump if he did X. And you just don't see any confliction between those two things. Folks, that vegan teacher, Miss Katie, is in the chat. Miss Katie, I'm going to send you an invite to come up here and convince us all to be vegans, okay? I'm going to send you an invite, Katie. This is a one-time offer from me. Okay, we're going to take a detour from politics. If you accept this, I'm going to bring you up, and I'd like you to convince us all to be vegan. Let's do it. Let's do it, Miss Katie. Why don't you go out and accept that invite? It's been a while since we've spoken last. It's been a long while since I want to catch up with you, Miss Katie, okay? It's been a while. Accept that invite. Nothing ill-willed. Just a friendly conversation, okay, Miss Katie? Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Annie A. loading up in. By the way, Miss Katie probably will not accept that invite. She used to come up onto my stream all the time. She doesn't do that anymore. Hi, Annie. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
I'm a Republican, not necessarily a Trump supporter. I was just wondering if you would maybe want to have a debate. Like, I'm a libertarian, and I heard that you said that you're more of a democratic socialist.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if
Libertarianism clearly fails.
why do you think that?
Yeah, libertarianism does not endorse giving food to starving children through government-ran food banks. I would say that sometimes safety nets are a necessity, and libertarianism rejects the necessity of any social safety net. We could also go through like Rawls, John Rawls and his political theory, kind of just about, well, you know, maybe you have an obligation as a society to help people out if the cost for doing so is really low to yourself and the benefit to them is really high. That's all good political theory and common sense logic that makes sense to describe why libertarianism fails.
Okay, I just feel like that maybe the solution shouldn't necessarily lie in giving the government more like coercive power. Like I think that a couple points about why I think libertarian is better than democratic socialism is that like individual autonomy is very important. Like if I'm not hurting anyone, why should the government have like power over like what I do in my daily life, or like how like my wealth is like redistributed to people? And I feel like voluntary cooperation is better than just like coercion from the government.
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I was a libertarian myself for many, many years. I was so serious in my libertarianism that I even took a college course over it. And I agree. Listen, I think that there are some pretty successful libertarian arguments as it relates to the coercive power of the government and taxation. There is, undeniably. Okay? But what the argument is that this coercive power can be benevolent.
But like if I feel like the
Right?
democratic part of
that argument that you just made, that, well, it's coercive power, therefore it's a bad thing, would pre-assume that coercive power from a governmental body is always a bad thing. That would require an argument, because I don't think it is always a bad thing. Like,
Yeah, well,
I'll
it could
agree with
be.
you that there's a coercive power being exercised by the government through taxation. But if the aims and the goal of that taxation is like save, like, you know, the lives of like 1 million starving children that would die otherwise, okay, well, I'm in virtue of that fact, therefore okay with said coercive power. And I think that it would require a very strong argument from you to justify the claim that all coercive powers that could be possibly exercised from a governmental body are immoral.
Well, I don't think they're always wrong. Like I feel like power is going to change. Like if we were in a democratic socialist society, like power is going to change. Like that's the point of democracy. How do we know that like some like bad person like you don't like Trump? How do we know that someone like him won't come along?
Okay. Well, you seem to just be completely like foregoing your first argument. You made a claim that was, well, Dean, what you advocate for would be a coercive power, and I disagree with coercive power. I responded by saying, well, I think that you'd have quite the hard argument to make that all coercive power that's possibly exercised by a government is wrong. You did not make that argument. Instead, you asked me a new question. How do we ensure
Okay, sorry,
that people
I'm just like
Trump
really
don't
nervous.
arise? By not endorsing direct democracy. Like that's another big thing that libertarians really criticize is direct democracy. Okay, well, I don't argue for direct democracy. I argue for representative democracy with some anti-democratic features of like regulated protections at the federal level that would require a supermajority vote to change, like the Constitution, and proper and ample guidelines to restrict the power of those in power. So it's not either libertarian or bus. Okay, that's not true. It's not either libertarianism or infinite power for those in control. I feel like that's a dichotomy that libertarians frequently falsely suggest. But what's the argument that any possible coercive power exercised by a governmental body is immoral by default?
Well, I didn't say it was immoral by default. I just said that like it should be limited because like why should they have control over like how wealth is redistributed? I don't think they should.
Okay. What's the argument for that?
Like how does the government like how would they have a better idea of what every single like citizen in America needs rather than those citizens making like individual decisions for themselves?
Yeah, because if we were to let it be the case that every citizen could make an individual choice for themselves, well, then we wouldn't properly fund ample social safety nets to save life when necessary and to save life in to an abundant extent. Okay?
Yeah, I do agree with it. Like,
and the point is, and I have evidence for this. My evidence for this is that people don't like paying taxes. The fact that people don't like paying taxes, okay, is the evidence for the claim that if we were to abolish taxation and allow individuals to exercise the autonomy to redelegate their wealth as they wish to important causes, that they wouldn't do it to a sufficient extent to readily allow the state to flourish.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think taxation is necessary, but I think it should be lower on like the working class.
Okay, well, then under what sense do you consider yourself a libertarian? A, you seem to be contradicting yourself because your first suggestion was that the coercive power of a state to force their constituents into paying taxes is a bad thing. I gave you an argument against that. Now you're conceding that it's a good thing. Okay, well, then I'll just ask you the same question you just asked me. You agree with some level of taxation.
Well, I said that some
so how
social
could you possibly know? How could you
some
possibly
social
know
nas-
that the government will be able to make better decisions on behalf of the wealth of the constituents of the nation than the constituents in of themselves? The last question that you deemed as a problem under my worldview similarly also applies to your worldview if you still endorse limited taxation. Because if you endorse limited taxation, then the question to be asked is not, does the government have a right to tax? But rather the question that should be asked is, to what extent does the government have a right to tax?
I do agree that some social safety nets are necessary. Like, I feel like people that can't pay for healthcare should have access to free healthcare, maybe like Medicaid or Medi-Cal, whatever. So I don't think that all social safety nets are bad. I just don't think increasing government's power over wealth distribution. No, sorry. I don't think that's the solution to problems that we're seeing in America, like poverty or other things like that.
Okay. So we both accept that libertarianism has failed, because what you're describing is not libertarianism. It would be a better form of political and social. It would be a better form of political and social governance than libertarianism, because what you're describing is not libertarianism. The standard understanding and reading of libertarianism in the social and political philosophical literature would be the adherence to the belief that there should either exist no state or a limited state that only serves to protect the negative rights of their constituents.
Yeah, I mean, I am agreeing with that, but if you want to move to a new topic, then whatever.
Okay, so you agree with that reading of libertarianism, okay, but then you told me that that is not the reading that you hold to as it relates to the type of government that you would like to see. Therefore, we could agree that libertarianism has failed.
I'm not agreeing that. I don't.
But you're
I'm
not a
kind of
libertarian.
nervous right now. I've never
you
been
don't hold
on.
to that reading of libertarianism. You already said that.
Okay. Well, I'm probably not saying it as eloquently as I would like to. This is the first time I've been on a live stream with 20,000 people watching, so I'm probably all over the place and not giving a good argument. Another thing that I would like to debate about is, I've heard you talk about your opinion on the Second Amendment, and I think I agree with you to some extent. I don't feel like
One moment,
banning
please.
guns
Miss Katie, I see your comment. Thanks for posting it, you guys. Miss Katie, if you send a rose, I'll invite you up. That's the only way I could get you on the stream. I'll be kind to the animals. Go ahead, Annie.
I sort of agree with your view on the Second Amendment. I just don't think that, everyone on the left, they want to ban AR-15s or guns like that. I don't think that that is necessarily a good thing, because an AR-15 or a similar gun is not an automatic gun. They're semi-automatic. It's just probably the larger magazine. And if they were banned, the larger magazine would still not be banned. So I don't see why banning them would be effective. And I feel like it kind of creates a slippery slope for more restrictions.
Yeah, well, I think that the effectiveness in banning AR-15s, and this is actually a policy that I've become more convinced of every day, is just that the aims of the creation of the AR-15 is to kill things, is to kill people, and is to kill animals, mostly people. That is the aims of the creation of it. Okay? And what is it used for?
You could say that for any gun.
It is used to kill things. It is used to kill people, and it is used to kill animals. Now, my issue is, it doesn't seem like the benefit of the AR-15 outweighs the costs of the AR-15. What are the costs of the AR-15? Dead people. What are the benefits of the AR-15?
Yeah, what percent of...
Going to the... One moment. Going to the range and, I don't know, shooting at a target, having it on your wall as a personal interest / hobby. Those legitimately are the only aims of an AR-15. The AR-15 is not a home / self-defense weapon.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could kind of say that about any gun. It's just the way you're using it.
No, you can't. No, you absolutely can't.
Okay, let's say
there's a different cost-benefit analysis for other weapons. Take shotguns. Okay, well, shotguns come along with similar costs to the AR-15, dead people. Okay, but they come along with a lot more benefits. Okay, shotguns are going to provide the benefit of being useful for some type of animal hunting to eat food, such as duck hunting. Okay, they're also going to be really beneficial to home defense scenarios, especially shorter barrel, 17-inch or under shotguns, because it's going to have a wide range of, hits to protect you and your family if somebody were to happen to invade your house. Okay, well, then we could do that same evaluation for handguns. They come along with similar cons to kill people, but then a lot of pros in the sense of necessary home and self-defense. My claim is I think that guns in which are necessary for home and self-defense, as well as some bolt action rifles for hunting, should be legal. Okay? But if they're not necessary inside of these aims for home and self-defense, then I don't think that they should be legal.
Okay, so why should like guns like the AR-15 or the AK-47 be banned if it's actually handguns that account for like almost like 70% of gun homicides?
Yeah, well, that's also because handguns account for more than 70% of guns owned. They're much more accessible and less costly. Once again,
Okay,
it doesn't
well,
have to do with the fact that they serve as a lower proportion of the individuals killed with the use of guns, but more so to do with the fact that there's no necessity for the ownership of the gun. Listen, the guns are so costly. Let me get this straight. Guns are so fucking costly, everybody. They kill so many people. The leading cause of death in our youth is gun violence. So if we're going to have guns be legal, we have to have a damn good argument for it. And as a gun owner, I have a 9mm with a red dot optic, a laser, and light attachment, as well as a 7.25-inch suppressor that I just got last month. I love my handgun. There is a good argument for why handguns should be legal. Necessary, home and self-defense. There is a good argument for why shotguns should be legal. Necessary, home and self-defense, and some hunting. There is a good argument for why some long gun bolt action rifles should be legal. Necessary, work on the ranch and hunting, and frankly, they're not really too beneficial to kill people outside of assassinations. And at that point, if you're orchestrating an assassination, you're going to be able to get a long bolt action rifle, even if they're illegal. But as soon as we start talking about ARs, I just don't see a good argument for why they should be legal. I just don't.
I feel like, yeah, part of the reason why I brought it up is because I feel like it's kind of a slippery slope because they're not technically assault rifles. They cannot fire consistently. So, like, if those guns they're semi-automatic, if they're banned, why shouldn't we ban other, like, semi-automatic guns that function the exact same while, like leaving the high-capacity magazine? I don't know, like any semi-automatic rifle.
Just give me an example.
I don't know. Any one of them. They function the same as the AR-15, except they don't have the high-capacity magazine.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, as it relates to other semi-automatic rifles, I think that there are strong considerations to be made in those scenarios as well. But I will say short barrel semi-automatic rifles actually also become handy in self and home defense scenarios. Once again, the biggest reason why I think I'm pro a ban on long barrel AR styled weapons is because they're not useful in home/self-defense scenarios. So I don't really see justification for them to be legal. That's my standard, and I think that should be your standard too. We should determine if a gun is useful for home/self-defense scenarios. If it is, it should be legal. If it isn't, then we should make a strong consideration to ban it.
Okay.
And by the way, there are some guns that would not be necessary for home and self-defense that would pass that consideration, like some bolt action rifles, hunting, other hunting rifles, possible like ranch rifles, and I think those would pass that second order consideration. But I don't think the AR would pass that second order consideration.
Okay,
sorry, Katie, I didn't see the rose. Send another one, and I'll invite you again. I'll keep on looking right now.
Yeah, it's just my main reason why I feel like they shouldn't be banned is because, like, what would stop them from banning other types of guns? Like, I've talked to some, like, crazy people.
We already have gun bans. Are you saying that fully automatic quad machine guns shouldn't be banned?
I don't want another one.
Because what would stop them from banning other types of guns?
Okay, first of all, those types of guns, I think you needed to get it registered before, like, 1986.
Nope, you could still buy and sell
and they're
them
thousands of
today.
dollars and fully... There's a ton of regulations on them. I just don't think we need another gun regulation. Like, I live in California.
Then why do we need any? It just seems like your standard is arbitrary. You're saying that we shouldn't ban ARs because maybe if we ban ARs, we'll ban other guns too. Okay, why can't we say the same thing about fully automatic guns? Why can't we say the same thing about quad machine guns? Why can't we say the same thing?
It's already happened.
Oh, it's already happened, but in retrospect, is it something that you'd support?
Tens of thousands of dollars and really rare, and you have to go through
in
a lot
retrospect, is it something that you'd support?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I haven't
guess?
thought about
wait,
that part.
You haven't thought about if it would be a good thing to ban fully automatic quad machine guns that could shoot upwards of 20 to 30,000 rounds per minute?
They're actually not banned. It's just you have to go through like a lot of paperwork and background checks and whatever to own one.
Yeah,
and they're like
don't worry.
tens of thousands of dollars.
Don't worry, bro. I know it's called the ATF. You have to fill out a Form 4 and get approved on a Form 4 in order to buy short-barreled rifles, fully automatic weapons, suppressors, as well as interesting weapons like grenade launchers. I'm very familiar.
Okay. I have another topic that I wanted to talk about. I don't think this is very productive.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty productive. We got you to concede libertarianism. That was good.
Oh, I didn't concede it. Just I need more time to think about it.
Are you pro-choice?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm part of the reason why I call myself a libertarian, and I actually think that I'm more on the Republican side. I think MAGA is like a very like un-American movement because they really just want Trump to be their dictator, and they'd want to like put bans.
To see that second rose, Miss Katie.
Okay. I think MAGA people they want to be fascists, and they want to put bans on like women's bodies and like other people who are different from them that they don't agree with. So yeah, I am pro-choice 100%.
Okay, I appreciate you for coming up. I'm pretty sure at this point I'm going to move on to the next guest. I appreciate you for the dialogue, okay?
Okay.
You take care, Annie. Let's go to get the next guest loaded up inside of the box. You know, that's something that we maybe don't debate too often on stream, but I just want to let you know that is something I can debate. I can debate pretty strongly against libertarianism because I happen to be very familiar with the view because I was one myself for a long time. Zoom, thank you for the money again. I do really appreciate you. Let's go ahead and try to get the next guest connected. I swear to God, I'm waiting to see Miss Katie Cinder Rose again. I'm not seeing it. I think that the vegan teacher left. Low key. See a lot of people in the chat saying that she did indeed sin one. I don't know if that's true, folks. I don't know if that's true, everybody. I mean, fuck, I could maybe even scroll up and try to see. By the way, guys, if you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, the very best way to do so is through the link tree that you could find in my bio. You could find a link to my Venmo and a link to my PayPal. I get 100% of those proceeds, as well as you could attach a message, ask a question, or get a message across that I will literally read out loud. Like I said, that's the very best way to support me. You can even find my handle for the Venmo and the PayPal at the top of the phone screen on TikTok. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the letter E in my last name, Withers. And the handle always permanently lives as well over on YouTube. Miss Katie, if you're still here, you could also drop a comment in that comment section. I'll be looking at that comment section while we look for the next guest to try to get you up here. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Hey, welcome in, Charles. Do you support Trump? Okay, young child, moving on. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him gone. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, the goat corn dog?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. How old are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What is your biological age?
I don't know.
Thank you, Michaela, for the $5 donation on Venmo. Says Dean, thank you so much for everything that you do. You truly are an amazing being. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Michaela. Show some love to Michaela down below in that comment section. That is very, very kind of you. Same thing to you, Anon. Thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate you, Tyler, for the $5 donation. I appreciate you, another Tyler and Gus. Thank you for the $5 donations. And we're actually all caught up on Venmo. Thank you, you guys. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
Okay. Let me quickly thank a handful of people on PayPal. Then I will happily allow you to take that away real quick. What year were you born in?
2008.
Okay. What month?
August 11th.
Okay. Yeah, let's quickly thank a couple people here. Over on PayPal, thank you, Anthony, for the $10, who says SBRs are just as, if not more dangerous than their long barrel versions. You can conceal an SBR. If we can have SBRs as NFA items, then we should be able to have non-shortened versions as NFA items, or ban both, in my opinion. Yeah, you know, I would like to say otherwise because of the usefulness of an SBR in home defense scenarios, plus the fact that they're just kind of sick as hell. But I think you're right. I think that maybe the move is just to move like ARs to be to be NFA items. I might support that move. But recently with like the reform considering the NFA, I don't know. Hey, thank you, Christine. That is Christen. Thank you for the $20 donation over on PayPal. Let's get 200 Christine W's down below. Thank you. Christine with a 20 says, trolls ruin this live. Dean's debate skills are being wasted on these people. Well, I appreciate you for the love. Thank you as well, Kai, for the $20. Oh, I already thanked you earlier, Kai, but thank you again. Alrighty, Hunter. And Saint, welcome in. How old are you?
I am 18.
What year were you born in?
2008, March 18th.
Okay. Why don't you two take it away and tell us why you support Trump?
I don't really support Trump. I would say I'm not a Democrat, but I'm like in the center, kind of. One thing I wanted to debate you on is the Second Amendment, because you said that ARs weren't useful, especially longer barrels, which I get that. They're not, the most maneuverable things. However, you said that ARs weren't a good home defense weapon, which I would disagree with you. I personally, about 2 years ago, I defended my home against 2 armed intruders. They both, unfortunately, lost their lives. I was using a 300 Blackout AR-15 styled rifle. It was a Noveski. And every day I'm thankful that I'm still here. And that's just one sensitive topic that I kind of disagree with you on.
I'm really sorry that you found yourself in that position, man.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry that you found yourself in that position. I think about myself being in that position every day, and the big consideration is okay, even if I was justified in taking somebody's life because they came into my house, how would that make me feel? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it's something that
I hope you're in therapy. I hope you're in therapy, bro.
It didn't take too much of a toll on me. It was obviously, a little bit scary, but I was protecting myself and my sister, who I was home alone with at the time.
Very interesting. So, very interesting. Good for you, man. How very heroic. Very heroic. Listen. Yeah. Well, I never said that long barrel rifles like ARs are impossible to use for home defense scenarios. At the end of the day, they are a gun. Any gun can be used in a home defense scenario. But what I am saying is that they're not optimal to be used in a home defense scenario.
I would agree with you. However, you're right. They're not technically optimal I am a pretty gun active. And I've done a couple scenarios where having a pistol. So if you've ever, obviously, you've shot a pistol, right, Dean?
Oh, yeah.
So you put your arms all the way out, right? And then with, let's just say 4 inches past that for a pistol,
Don't have to be all the way out.
Yes, but at an optimal shooting stance for the gun not to jam, especially for me, I shoot a lot of Glocks.
Well, that's why you don't get a Glock. that's why you don't get a Glock.
Do you mind me asking what type of 9mm you have?
Yeah, it's I always want to say Smith & Wesson. It's not a Smith & Wesson. It's a Hellcat Pro Springfield Armory.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you say that you can't, but at the same time, to get a good sight picture, especially with irons, you kind of need to do that.
Well, that's why when you use a pistol for home defense, you don't use irons. You get a red dot on that, and maybe even a light on a laser.
Yes, but not a lot of people, but some people cannot afford that. Some people have the bare minimum. And I agree with you. Rifles are not, optimal. I recently did purchase a
and there's also another aspect of maneuverability, specifically around corners. Why do we concern ourselves with the length of a gun for home defense scenarios? The main reason is because of maneuverability around corners. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're posted up on the edge of your bed and you have the barrel pointing at the door because somebody invaded your house. That's not what matters. What matters is how will you be able to maneuver that barrel in tight corners and around the doors.
That's
what matters.
That is
so
what matters.
When you have a pistol in your hand, okay, sure, right? Optimal at optimal extension, you're going to be a full arm's length in front of your face.
Exactly.
Okay, but maneuvering around a corner, you're not going to be standing there trying to figure out how the hell to get this, extended pistol through the door frame. No, you could bring it back to your body. And like I said, there are many attachments that you could throw on a 9mm.
Yeah, exactly. There are.
In order to not need it to be the case, so you even need optimal positioning. But what I will say is, even for the concerns that you're giving me, this is also why handguns aren't optimal for home defense scenarios, and this is why people look at shotguns. Shotguns. Shotguns are the most optimal guns for home defense scenarios, as agreed on by the professionals. I am not a gun professional. I don't think that you are either. I think that we should appeal to the overwhelming consensus of gun professionals, and that consensus is that long barrel ARs are not optimal for home defense scenarios. Handguns can be, and shotguns are the most optimal for home defense scenarios.
So yes,
now I'm really interested in talking to people about why they support Trump. I'm gonna let you respond to that, but then I'm probably gonna move on.
Yeah, I don't want to plug this up too much. However, just a couple responses. So you say that shotguns are optimal. I will agree with you. You usually when you shoot somebody with a shotgun, especially if it's the right type of ammo for close quarters, they most likely will not have a body part after that, especially if you hit them in the limbs or, God forbid, the head. However, if you use the wrong type of ammo, it can be dangerous to people that aren't in the house. Let's say, so I have a relatively big house. I still live with my parents, and
That's why if you use a shotgun for home defense, you get specifically home defense rounds.
yes, that is why. But I would say, me personally, what I like to use is a shorter barrel rifle.
Yeah.
I think that is personally the best. I don't think
Okay.
necessarily you should ban any guns. Obviously, there should be restrictions. You should have to go through the mental health stuff. I think there should be some restrictions on purchasing guns, but no gun should not be able to purchase except for, obviously RPGs, grenades. That should be
You
reserved.
shouldn't
for,
be able
like,
to, so you think that you should be able to buy a fully automatic quad machine gun?
If you would have let me finish that, I would have said fully automatic weapons. You should have to have military training. You should have to go through that. You should have to, obviously get the ATF licensing. Sorry, to go through that, you should have to go through all.
Why
of the
should they be
mental-
legal at all?
What's your defense not to? When was the last time a fully automatic weapon was used in a shooting before 1988? Or sorry, 1986.
Oh, you mean when we banned the sale of new fully automatic weapons? So you're saying that banning the sale of new fully automatic weapons reduced the gun deaths from fully automatic weapons because it reduced the overall supply in the market? So reducing the overall supply of fully automatic weapons in the market reduced gun deaths from fully automatic weapons?
It did not ban the sale of it. It restricted the sale.
It banned the sale of new fully automatic weapons.
That's not true. There's still
that is
fully
true.
automatic weapons. It's
Nope.
not true. There's still
Nope.
fully automatic weapons made that are imported to the U.S.
Yeah, so you actually can't. If you are a private citizen, you cannot buy a newly manufactured fully automatic weapon in America. It has to be made before the NFA was introduced due to the grandfather clause.
Yes, and like I said, you have to.
And I know this because I've talked to FFLs about this.
Mm. Well,
You're
I would like
completely
to say,
wrong to
first
say
off,
that newly produced weapons that are fully automatic can be bought and sold in America. That is not true as it would
So
relate
I've
to
got a
private
question.
citizens.
So you say that, but there still are newly made fully automatic weapons inside of America. I think that obviously,
For law enforcement officers, maybe for some members in the military, but private citizens cannot get fully automatic weapons that are made new.
Yes,
You're wrong. You want that's what the that's what the NFA was about, bro.
I might be wrong on that.
The National Firearms Act. The National Firearms Act banned the sale of newly made fully automatic guns after 1986 or 76 whenever it's introduced. It's not legal.
Then do you know how a bigger gun YouTubers get their hands and purchase fully automatic weapons? Like, for example, Brandon Herrera, he just bought an MP7, a fully automatic MP7. That's how I thought, so I might have been misinformed on that, but...
Yeah, listen, I appreciate you for coming up. I'm going to move on to the next guest because I want to get back to Trump. If you're curious why some YouTubers might be able to get their hands on them, it's possible because some people can own newly made fully automatic weapons like LEOs, maybe some members of the military, and because same thing with silencers, they're in the immediate vicinity of Brandon Herrera when he's using it. He could technically legally use it in accordance with ATF guidelines, or in fact the gun that he's using wasn't technically made after the NFA was introduced. You have a good rest of your day. We're going to get back to Trump. Only op inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you. We're really talking about a lot of things that we don't usually discuss today. Only hop inside of the queue if you're here for debate, please, about Trump. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, whoa! Guys, Miss Katie made a video about me. The vegan teacher made a video about me, everybody. Do you remember how I was inviting the vegan teacher to join? And she said no. She didn't join. Well, instead, she's making videos about me as we speak. This just in. Let's go ahead and listen to Katie's video while we look for the next guest. That vegan teacher. Come on, Katie. Why don't you join the stream? Come on. Let's go to take a listen.
Hey, Dean. It's me, Miss Katie. You just invited me into your live stream, and the reason that I didn't go is because I'm not interested in debating veganism. I just want you to be a decent guy. Look, I just saw you crying today because somebody accused you of something you didn't do. But honestly, are you really the victim here? I saw you eating a steak on Instagram. I don't remember when.
That's fucking crazy. Oh my god. We gotta finish the video. That's so fucked up, man. Come on, bro. That's so fucked up, Miss Katie. That's fucked up, bro. Oh, let's finish the video.
Like, how can you possibly do that after having so many discussions about veganism? You know you don't have to hurt the animals. You know you can be 100% healthy as a vegan, so why aren't you doing it? Don't invite me into your live streams to debate. I'm just there to remind people that they can be vegan, even though you seem to be determined to keep hurting the animals and stealing their eggs and their milk, their freedom. You talk about being a liberal. It's some kind of weird liberal. You know, Trump eats animals. You're no better than him.
Oh, fuck! Hitler had a cat, and so do I. I'm no better than Hitler. I'm no better than Hitler. I'm no better than Hitler.
You pay for rape. Hey, Dave.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the video. I appreciate you for the video, Miss Katie. Why? Why? Why do you have to be so totally out of pocket? Dean, yeah. So I did see you crying on live the other day because you, as a victim of sexual violence, were being falsely accused of rape. But honestly, are you really the victim here, Dean? I'm pretty sure I saw you eating a steak on Instagram last year. That's so out of pocket. It's so out of pocket. It doesn't even offend me. That's fucking hilarious, Miss Katie. Why are you so crazy? Let's go ahead and get that next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Holy fucking shit. You know, there's a reason this woman is notoriously known, you know, in all nooks and crannies of the internet for years now. Let's go to get that next guest connected. If you want to, someone in the chat said sue her, bro. Sue her for what? Being a fucking weirdo, dude? I don't know. I unfortunately don't think that's a suable offense. Kate, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello. Okay, it doesn't seem like they're here. We're going to go to get the next guest connected. Only do hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get the next guest up here. That's so crazy. Okay. All right. Who do we got next? We got Josie tuning into the box. Here we go. Dude, that was such a bad take. That was such a bad take, bro. I'm fucking dying, bro. I'm actually fucking dying.
Hey, Dean.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And now you guys are rating the video. This
Holy
is the
cow.
most serious... Okay. All right. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only up inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. We got Bradley Brooks loaded up inside of the queue. Speaking of steak, I would like a steak right now. Yo! Janaea! Thank you so much for the $150 donation on Venmo literally 6 seconds ago. Thank you so much for the love, Janaea. That is ridiculously kind. Thank you so much for the love. Please do show some love to Janaea down below in that comment section. I really do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dude, let's get 1,000 Janaea W's. That is Jenaya. Thank you so much. That is ridiculous. And wouldn't you know it, Janaea with a $150 says to get Momo, yourself, and your girlfriend a nice steak dinner. Oh my God. I appreciate you, Janaea. Show some love to the GOAT. Show some love to the GOAT in that chat. Holy cow. Welcome to Neva. Do you support Trump?
Hi. I don't, but I just want to know your point of view on him
going and killing the president or whatever they're called in Venezuela.
Okay, he didn't kill him, he just captured him. My point of view is negative. He didn't liberate the people, and that was just stealing the resources. Pretty bad. Rogue Soul, thank you so much for the $100 donation on YouTube Super Chat, quote unquote, for your next steak, my guy. I appreciate you, Rogue Soul. Show some major love to Rogue Soul down below in that comment section. I really appreciate you for the love. You are the absolute GOAT, bro. You're the absolute fucking GOAT. Show some love to Rogue Soul down below. And River, thank you for the $40 donation on Venmo for the steak fun as well, bro. Holy cow. All right, guys. I'm sure this will get me any steak in the world. You guys can, we do not need to be further in the steak fun. We're at $300 for steak. Wowie zowie. Thank you so much, you guys. Please show some love to the Rogue Soul. Please show some love to Janaea. Please show some love to River. Thank you so much, you guys. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Nicolette?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you?
I'm going to be 51 in December.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I believe you. Yeah. Do you mind if I take a moment here just to thank a handful of the donors before I let you
please do.
take it away? Sounds good.
Take your time.
Miss Helen, thank you for the $25 donation on Venmo. You're the GOAT, Helen. Helen with the $25. Says, isn't it obvious that eating steak is preferable to rape? OMG, she's insane. What the fuck? Yeah, she has like uniquely shit views. By the way, I am really sympathetic to the vegan view. I just want to put that out there. I'm not fully anti-vegan. I have a lot of convergence in my beliefs with vegans. I have some reason why I still eat animals. Thank you so much for the $15, Tyler, who says, thoughts on Christopher Hitchens or other recommendations that I could listen to. That guy's like a god debater, right? Yeah, Christopher Hitchens is pretty fucking good, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I know that he's a theist, but he's pretty smart. Yeah, there's this one really smart atheist who just talked to Christopher Hitchens. I forget his name, but he'd be a good recommendation. If I can remember it, I'll make sure to tell you. Thank you, Gabrielle, for the $10, who says, just wanted to say that I've been watching for almost a year and a half, and this is my first time donating because I've managed to change my girlfriend's as well as my parents' mind because of you. Hey, Gabrielle, that is awesome, bro. You're the GOAT. What an animal. Let's go. No, Dean, Chris is dead, famous atheist. Well, who am I confusing him for? Who am I confusing Christopher Hitchens for then? He looks just like Christopher Hitchens when he was alive. Yeah, he died in 2011. Jesus Christ. I must be confusing him for somebody. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. That made me look stupid. I appreciate you calling that out so I could correct myself. Over on YouTube Super Chat, thank you, Gizmojo, for the 10 euros. I appreciate you so much for the love. That's very kind of you. Who says, I'm getting filet steak for dinner tomorrow just for that vegan teacher. Dang, I appreciate you for the 10 euros. Let's go. Appreciate you, D, for the $10. I appreciate you. Good luck. Even for college tomorrow, you're going to have the time of your life, D. Appreciate you for the $10. Tristan, who says, love your streams. Let's go, Tristan. That's awesome. Appreciate you. And then Ashley, thank you for the $1. We are all cut up. Why don't you go and take it away and tell us why you support Trump?
Why do I support Trump? Well, I feel that it's the lesser of the evils at this point.
Okay. And I feel as if you're wrong. Why don't you go and tell us why you think you're right?
Why do I think I'm right? Well, I mean, if you wanted to talk about, abortion and whatnot,
Oh, we lost you there for a moment, Nicolette. We lost you there for a moment. We heard you say if you want to talk about abortion, and then it just cut out. You want to repeat that for us?
Oh, abortion in this day and age.
Nicolette, we lost you again. We heard you say abortion in this day and age, and then you cut out again. I'm so sorry, Nicolette. You want to try to repeat that? Fortunately, we may have to move on. Hey, listen. Do you think that maybe you could try disconnecting from Wi-Fi if you're on Wi-Fi and connecting to Wi-Fi if you're not on Wi-Fi?
Sure.
Let's try that out. Nice. Based. Based. Nice. Super based. Super based. Okay, well, while she's trying to figure that out, guys, make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. That's right. Alrighty, folks. We're waiting. We are waiting. That is right. That is right. I honestly don't know if she's gonna be back. Someone in the chat says, hit that geek bar right now, bro. I do not own a geek bar, bro. I do not own a geek bar. That is not me,
Is
bro.
that better?
I think it is. So what are the reasons why you support Trump? What is he doing that you think is good?
Well, what I think that he's good is I feel that leaving the border wide open was very not a good idea.
Okay.
And
Well,
as far as abortion goes, I feel that it's an archaic and barbaric in this day and age.
you think that abortion is archaic and barbaric. I actually think that the opposite is true. I think that it is particularly anti-intellectual, archaic, and barbaric to ban and or restrict women and girls' access to abortion. Because what that view implies is the very barbaric
That's what a
thought.
therapeutic evacuation is.
One moment. So what the pro-life view implies is the very barbaric thought that the thing that makes us valuable is our species. The only thing that is
No.
similar between me and the fetus is our species. And I think that is a very archaic view.
No.
I do not think that I'm valuable because of my species, but you're saying no, so why don't you hop in? Go ahead.
It's literally an archaic and barbaric procedure. I don't know if you've ever had one or experienced one, but what you're speaking of would be for a therapeutic evacuation, which would be a medically necessary procedure. It wouldn't encounter just people acting like animals and blowing loads into each other and getting pregnant. Aren't we a little smarter than that in this day and age with Plan B?
Okay. Well, one of my friends' Plan Bs turned 18 last month. It's not always effective. B, it has a weight limit on it. And C, it seems like what you're calling archaic and barbaric is sex. Okay? Listen, I think that people should practice safe sex.
No, you're wrong. A dilation and curettage is a barbaric procedure, sir.
Okay. So why do you call an abortion barbaric?
Why? Having your cervix dilated and the contents literally vacuumed out in danger of a perforation, infection, hemorrhage, bleeding, whatnot, is literally a barbaric procedure.
Okay.
It's very
listen.
painful for both involved.
Okay. Well, listen, I think that it comes along with much lower risks of pain, infection, and death than pregnancy and childbirth. But B, okay, even if that's true, why does this mean that we should ban it? I don't think you haven't told me anything ethical yet. You haven't told me any reasons why abortion is
I
wrong.
didn't say that we should ban it, but there should obviously be some restrictions or some laws with it.
Yeah,
It's
why
a
does the
very
fact that it
powerful
vacuums the
procedure.
fetus out of the woman's uterus and later stage abortions before 14 weeks, of course, you got the abortion bill. Why does that mean that we should restrict it? What does it mean that we should ban it in some circumstances?
Late-term abortion is literally barbaric.
Oh, it's just late-term
When they
abortions
have
you think that
this-
we should restrict?
Late-term abortions or anything after really 3 months.
So after 12 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why should women not be able to get an abortion
where
in
you
the
have to give birth to a
13th week?
fetus and they have to put dikes or scissors in the back of the spinal cord and snip it before it takes its first breath.
No,
that
that's
would
called
be barbaric.
Yeah, I agree. That would be barbaric. But
Yeah.
that's not what an abortion at 13 weeks would be. Now,
No,
I
what
want you to...
discussing of what would be barbaric about it. I agreed with you before
Oh.
13 weeks. It's not barbaric.
Sorry, guys, we had a
Well,
little bit of a lag spike. We're back now. Okay, so you said that we should ban abortions after 12 weeks. I want you to answer
there
the...
should be restrictions and there should be laws and it should be...
A ban is a restriction, ma'am. That's what a ban is.
No, don't
Okay,
put
then
words in my
I'll
mouth.
just use the word restriction. I want you to answer the next question very clearly. Why should we restrict a woman from being able to access abortion at 13 weeks gestation? I don't want you to tell me about late-term abortions. I don't want you to tell me about anything but the reasons why you think that we should restrict a woman's access to an abortion at 13 gestational weeks.
I didn't say that.
You did. I asked you, what is your cutoff? You said 12 weeks. This means that 13 weeks would fall after your cutoff.
It falls under the realm of therapeutic evacuation.
Okay. So it falls
That is
under
a
the realm of having to
medical
vacuum the
procedure.
fetus out of the uterus. And
That's
why
a medical
why should that
procedure.
process at 13 weeks be illegal in some scenarios?
Because it's a fetus at that point.
Why does that matter?
Because you had 12 weeks to make a decision.
Why does that matter?
Why does that matter? Because
Yeah.
it's the difference between tissue and consciousness.
So you're saying that the fetus is conscious at 13 weeks?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That claim is false. The current neurodoctrine understanding is that consciousness can only, at its earliest point, emerge at around 24 weeks gestation
Dean, I
due
think
to
when
the
you have
thyrocortical
children
cortex
and you
to the
grow up,
prefrontal
you're going to
cortex.
understand that things might be a little bit different than as seen. You see, when I carried my child and you feel flutters, that's life.
So what you were
Before
feeling is
that,
not consciousness.
not so
What you were
much.
feeling is a response to external stimuli. The fact is, the current medical consensus, in the neurodoctrine community, as studied and published on PubMed, the NIH, and the NIM, is that consciousness at its earliest point can only arise at around 24 gestational weeks. If you would like, I could give you many references to articles that would describe this to be true.
When
Do
you and
have
your
any evidence to
girlfriend
indicate?
become parents, then I'm sure your feelings may change.
Parents do not articulate and arbitrate if a fetus is or is not conscious at 13 weeks. Biologists and neurodoctrine scientists would articulate and arbitrate if a fetus is or is not conscious at 13 weeks based upon the available data that they could then evaluate with the use of the scientific method. It seems like you are relying on your opinions and feelings to arbitrate a very complex conclusion surrounding consciousness and the emergence of said consciousness in the life of a fetus. That is barbaric. Could you please point me towards a singular study that has not been peer-reviewed and proven wrong, either by time consensus or professionals, that would indicate that the current consensus is that fetuses gain consciousness at around 13 weeks gestation?
Well, whatever week you argue about, the bottom line is that there's plan B, and, there's such a thing as not, effing like animals and having a little bit more responsibility and getting those abortion numbers down instead of it being used as some kind of birth control.
Well, I don't know about you,
archaic
ma'am,
and
but I
barbaric.
like getting filthy.
Well, then I guess you have the consequences of getting filthy.
Okay. No, but listen, the point is you're just saying that there are these alternatives of not fucking like animals or taking a plan B. Well, I'm not so concerned that you are in any relevant way truly concerned with these alternatives, because you think that abortion is permissible prior to 13 weeks, even though what could have led to that abortion is an irresponsible man and woman fucking like animals. Okay? So it seems like fucking like animals only becomes relevant to you after 13 weeks. But the question is why? Why
No, you
only
like to
at
put
that
words
point in
people's
pregnancy
mouths.
does it become
You like
relevant?
to put words because there's little arms and little legs.
Okay, why
There's
should I
little
care about
spinal
little
cord.
arms and little legs? Why should are
Yeah,
you
when
saying
it
that if
gets
the fetus
chopped
was
up, it's not a
deformed and had
pretty
no
sight.
arms and no legs, that it would not be wrong? Are you an ableist, ma'am?
You're pretty
Gotcha.
twisted.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Whatever you want to get people
Slam
or this or
dunk,
that,
bro.
but you're
Slam
messed up, dude.
dunk. I don't think I'm messed
Whatever
up for
your
asking the
slam
real
dunk
questions.
is and whatever, and putting words in people's mouths. This is a very serious topic.
Oh, no, but seriously, I agree. It is a
It's
serious
very
topic because
serious
it concerns
topic,
women's
and you
rights,
making a
which you
joke
write off
about
as fucking
slam
like
dunking
animals.
and this and that just shows your maturity as what a young 20-year-old.
Are you saying that I have the maturity closer to a 12-week-old fetus? Are you threatening to kill me, ma'am?
No, you like to put words in people's mouths.
Okay, please
But when
do
you
it.
do mature, you'll understand that it is a very powerful procedure with very consequences,
Okay.
such as depression and even psychosis.
Yeah, I understand that there are many circumstances of abortions leading to bad negative outcomes like regret, depression, psychosis, infection, or death. Okay, but the point is well, what's the alternative to that abortion? Pregnancy and childbirth. Well, pregnancy and childbirth actually lead to more bad and negative outcomes, more
I disagree.
regret, more
Childbirth
psychosis,
is not
more
a sickness
depression.
or an illness.
It doesn't change the fact that it yields more negative consequences than abortion.
How so?
Especially for women that didn't want to keep that pregnancy but couldn't abort it because of their law.
Well, if we agree on abortion being legal and safe for, under 2-3 months, whatever it is, I mean, where's the days of up to 12 weeks where you could have such a procedure and not have it be so drastic?
Yeah, what I'm saying is,
the older the fetus
I just don't understand.
The more dangerous it gets.
Okay, so you're saying that because of how dangerous it is after 12 weeks, it should be banned. Do we agree that childbirth is more dangerous than abortion?
I said heavily restricted and heavily thought about.
Do you agree that childbirth is more dangerous than the average abortion at 13 weeks?
No, I don't.
Please give me data to support your claim.
That birth is not an illness.
Okay, I didn't ask you if you agreed that birth was or was not an illness. I asked you if you agree that birth is more dangerous than the average abortion at 13 weeks, and you said no. Regardless if birth is or is not an illness, regardless if birth is or is not natural, we're not talking about these facts.
The danger of having your uterus perforated at 13 weeks and your uterus perforated at 40 weeks is about the same, sir.
Okay, could you please give me data to represent that is true?
A perforation, I don't have two devices to look up your numbers.
Okay, all right. Well,
but a perforation is a perforation.
Do you agree that
a
driving
hemorrhage is a hemorrhage?
Do you agree that more?
An infection
do you agree
is
that
an infection.
do you agree that driving is more dangerous than abortions at 13 weeks?
Do I agree that driving is more dangerous than abortions? No.
No. Do you agree that being a NASCAR driver is more dangerous than an abortion at 13 weeks?
Probably the same.
Okay, so do you think that we should ban NASCAR because of how dangerous it is?
Nobody's saying ban anything.
Yes, you are. You're saying that we should restrict women and girls' access to elective lethal abortions after 12 weeks.
Well, yes, and maybe women would think about having things taken care of before then, or
yeah. But what I'm saying is that the standard
not
that you're
using
using
it as a consequence of birth
the standard that
control.
you're using to arbitrate that it should be legally restricted seems vague. Okay, because it just seems like you're saying, oh well, it's a little bit dangerous for the woman that's getting the abortion. Well, what matters is not that therefore we should prevent her from making that decision, but rather that we should ensure that she has informed consent going into that decision about the potential dangers. Out of very extreme scenarios, we don't really make things illegal based upon the potential dangers. Like, for instance, it is fully legal to free solo in America, yet free soloing is one of the most dangerous things that a person can do. It is fully legal to go to space in America as a NASA astronaut,
fully legal
but that
when
is
it's
definitely
between
more dangerous.
The woman and the doctor for a therapeutic evacuation, no matter
Okay.
what age gestation.
So you
That's
you don't
between woman and doctor.
But the thing is that you're arguing that should change. You're saying that it should be illegal.
I don't feel that it should be on every street corner and advertised as something fun to do.
Okay, I don't think that anybody is saying that an abortion is a fun thing to do. People aren't saying that.
People,
But are
will
you? But
post
okay, but even if
testing
people
like
are
it's
saying
such a
that,
great thing
but
to
then
have
but then
access
even
to.
when people, but then even if people were to say that, well, then your issue is what people say about abortion, not the abortion in and of itself.
Yes, I have an issue with people celebrating abortion.
Okay, perfect. So the issue is not with abortion. And you know what I have an
No,
ix
it's
with?
with the
People
it's with
people
the
celebrating
Democratic
rapists
Party's
arguing that they should be
celebration
president
of
because of abortions.
abortion.
The Democratic Party does not celebrate abortion. The Democratic Party celebrates women having access to abortion. And those are two fundamentally different things. When you think about it, well, what are the
Yes,
reasons
it
why
is
the Democratic Party
fundamental when people
celebrates
go in the
women having
street
access to
yelling and
abortion?
celebrating about it.
Celebrating women's access to abortion, not abortion in and of itself. Do you agree that those are fundamentally two different things with major differences like the implications on restricting women's rights and access to healthcare? Like that, like what we're celebrating here is the fact that women have the ability to choose. Not that women are choosing. Because it's not pro-abortion, it's pro-choice. Do I think that abortion is a good thing? I do think that abortion is a good thing. But am I literally celebrating women getting like an abortion? In ironic ways, sometimes yeah, because it can be funny. In serious ways, no, that's kind of weird. Like that's a very like personal decision
Yes,
for a woman
in
to make.
serious ways, that's very weird to think it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Very weird.
Yeah. But once again, all that we're concerned with is the legal access to it and the ethical evaluation of it. We're not concerned with what people's responses are. And it seems like you're just deviating us off course here. Instead of having a debate with me about the legal access to abortion or the ethical implications of abortion, you just kind of want to whine about people saying, yeah, abortion. Okay. Well, I would rather whine about you saying, yay, Trump, considering the fact that he's a rapist. So you're condemning people for celebrating abortions, yet you are celebrating a rapist to the extent that you support him as the most powerful man alive.
Isn't he a non-convicted, quote, rapist?
He was found guilty in a civil court of law. Unanimous jury of 9 ruled his guilt.
And when was this?
2023.
Well, I guess he got elected, so people didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
Or
and
it
that's what
wasn't
I'm
true.
calling out. Your hypocrisy. You're saying, due to the fact that he got elected, people don't have a problem with it. So you're saying, due to the fact that people voted for him, people don't
Well,
have a
the
problem with
issue
it.
is
But you're
fake
describing that you
news
voted for him and
is
that you support him. So are you admitting to not having a problem with it?
Yeah, I support him shutting down the border and straightening up the country as much as possible after the Biden disaster.
How did he shut down the border, man?
How did he shut down the border? I mean, we had it wide open and people wearing like "I love Biden" t-shirts in the
Based?
beginning of Biden's
A,
presidency.
just false, but B, not the question I asked you. I asked you, how did Donald Trump shut down the border?
He made restrictions so people just couldn't come in without paperwork.
What restrictions?
What restrictions?
Yeah.
I
What
don't know.
specifically did he do? I don't know. You know what? I've never heard a Trump supporter give me a different answer than I don't know. I think that that's an assumption. You are assuming that Donald Trump shut down the border because undocumented crossings have fallen by a lot. And by the way, I'm not saying that that's a crazy assumption to make, but what I am saying is that's not the true reason why we've seen a significant reduction in undocumented entry. Rather, the reason why... Yeah, I think the true reason why we've seen such a significant reduction in undocumented entry concerns Donald Trump's treatment of immigrants who are already here, okay? Donald Trump has spent the last year and a half systemically violating the human, natural, and constitutional rights of undocumented immigrants and citizens alike, ranging from endorsing the execution of Abrigo Garcia and Renee Good to blackbagging college students, then illegally taking them to detention centers thousands of miles away, to illegally deporting people like Kilmar Abrigo Garcia to Seagot, where he was then literally beaten and tortured, or the illegal deportation of 300 Venezuelan immigrants to that same place where they were then also beaten and tortured in violation of their right to due process.
So because he shut down the free food cards, it's not so enticing to come into this country anymore? Is that what you're saying?
A, not at one point in the last 60 seconds have I mentioned free food cards. B, undocumented immigrants have never received free food cards from the federal government. And C, you are straw manning and committing what is called a red herring fallacy, where instead of responding to the substance of my argument, you either recapture my argument to be something it wasn't, and then you just kind of dismiss it.
That's what you do.
Okay, well, if
You
that's
twist
what
things around.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think what you consider to be me twisting things around is in all reality just me showing you the logical implications of your belief, which isn't twisting things around, it's setting you straight.
Setting me straight. Well, what's the alternative to what we have now?
The alternative to brutally beating and killing immigrants and citizens alike while infringing on natural rights and the Constitution of itself would be to not do those things, but rather to focus on shutting the border down in the sense that we make legal immigration significantly easier and more appealing to the masses, disincentivizing undocumented
Wasn't the
entry,
Biden
and then
era
leaving
empty
more...
promises? Anybody can read off a computer and regurgitate that, but let's talk real here. Wasn't the Biden era wasn't that empty promises to these poor people? To tell them to come?
So you asked me what I think would be the best solution to the border. I get around 10% in, and then you cut me off and you asked me a question about Biden. It seems like you didn't expect a legitimate answer to that question. So then you cut me off and prevented me from answering that question.
You're just reading off your computer screen. There's nothing organic or thoughtful there.
Okay. How much money would you like to bet?
I would love to have a talk with you when you don't have a computer screen in front of you.
Would you like to bet 100? Would you like to bet?
Sexual intellectual you are.
Would
you
you
know
like
what a
to bet?
sexual intellectual is?
No. Would you like to bet
It's
me
a
one?
fucking know-it-all, and that's what you are, honey.
Oh, I do
Your
know
mom
it
and
all.
dad raised a really good sexual intellectual.
Well, I'm happy you know that I know it all, ma'am.
Of course I do.
Okay. No, but listen, calm down. The stress is going to age you faster. Not a good thing at age 51. even
Well,
worse than
I'm
a thing at age
50. I
21.
will be 51.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm gonna try to respond to the last thing you said. You accused me of reading off of my computer screen. Would you like to bet $100 that I read off of my computer screen?
Would I like to bet $100 that you read off your computer screen?
Yeah.
I could see your eyes move, honey.
So you're willing to accept the bet?
Is this a betting platform?
Yep. You only have to pay me out if I could prove you wrong.
I only have to pay you out if...
And have you accept the proof? Like, you accept that I proved you wrong.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. You're making the allegation that when I was telling you what I think should happen with immigration, I was reading off of a computer screen. I would like to bet you $100 that I could get you to accept that that claim is false.
Give it a try.
Okay, so we're shaking hands on that bet?
I guess so.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this is fun. Yeah, let's see here. Wow, this actually is going to come in handy. Do you think that I could see through literal fucking steel?
Turn your camera around.
Turn my camera around?
I'm not an idiot. Turn your camera around. I want to look at your computer screen.
Oh, like, oh,
What are you looking at?
You want to look at my computer screen, like, while I'm telling you?
Well, yeah, I'm not an idiot.
Okay.
You have a computer screen in front of you.
Yeah, I do have a computer screen in front, but
And the
I was gonna put this in front of my eyes like
camera's on the
that.
side.
Like, do you think I could like see my computer screen when this is in front of my eyes?
That wasn't in front of your eyes.
Okay. What if I do this? Do you think I could see right now?
Your eyes weren't closed.
Okay. Do you think I could see right now? Are my eyes closed, ma'am?
Come on, didn't we get out of romper room,
Are
son?
are my eyes closed, ma'am?
Hey, can we get out of romper room?
My eyes are
here?
closed. I'm going to go to repeat what I said, then you're going to owe me $100. So what I was in the middle of saying when you cut me off and accused me of reading off of a computer screen is that the best solution to immigration is as follows. The first thing that we need to do is we need to shut the border down.
Memorized, I believe in the future of farming with a faith born not of words but of deeds, achievements of present and past generations in the hopes of better days through better ways, even as the present things we know. See, we all can remember and memorize shit, son.
Okay. You just
Okay.
admitted that I
There
proved
you
you wrong,
go.
that I didn't read off of a computer screen because rather you think that I memorized it. You owe me $100. You accepted the bet.
And what's in front of you?
Well, when I do this, my eyelids.
Yeah, and you can't remember 2-3 sentences for 30 seconds?
Okay, let's see how long I could go. Oh, what? Did we just get banned? We got banned for misinformation. Interesting. We got a ban for misinformation, and we only have human moderation. I wonder what the ban is for. Let's see. Let me take a look at the ban here, everyone. You'll have suspended access for 3 days for misinformation. View details? Wait, it's saying restore your live access by completing an optional training policy to better understand. Whoa! Whoa, guys. Yo, no way! Oh, dude! Yo, shout out to my TikTok rep. I just got a message from my TikTok representative saying I'm investigating 1 second. You're the fucking goat! You're the fucking goat. Are you joking, bro? Are you fucking joking, dude? Let's go. Let's go. You said it was a betting platform? No, come on. That was a joke. Come on, man. That was a joke. If that's what got me, then that's what got me. Okay, but no, this is really interesting. So right now TikTok is telling me that I could complete an optional training to restore my live access. It's saying how it works. You will be given 5 questions. Use the reference information to decide if each scenario is a violation. You have 2 chances to answer all questions correctly. And if you answer any of the questions incorrectly, the training will restart. Your live access will be restored upon completing all questions correctly. Huh. So basically TikTok is saying that I could go through training. Okay, let's see if we can get this first try. Okay, first question. Misinformation. TikTok does not allow misinformation that could cause significant harm. This includes hoaxes, misleading AI-generated content, harmful conspiracy theories, and other false information related to public safety. The question is, supporting healthcare workers and sharing verified epidemic information. Yes, this is a violation. No, this is not a violation. Okay, that's not a violation. Boom, I was right. Fantastic. Next question. Encouraging people to follow their doctor's advice for cancer treatment is or is not a violation. That is not a violation. Second question down. We got this shit. Posting updates from local authorities about water safety is not a violation. Third question down. Let's go, bro. We got this. Advertising a supplement that supposedly cures all viruses. Okay, that is a violation. Boom. Claiming that drinking bleach prevents COVID-19 infection. Is this misinformation or is this not information? This is not misinformation. I'm just kidding. It is misinformation. Did we answer all 5 questions right? Training completed? Yo! We did it. We did it. Let's go. We answered all of the questions correctly and we got our live access back. That's actually pretty cool. Let me get over the TikTok rep a message. Hey, y'all. TikTok, let me do live training to get the restriction appealed. Very interesting. But I would be interested in still learning what it was for. How interesting. We passed the test. TikTok training complete. TikTok training complete. We're all good to go, but, you know, I guess we've already been on for 3 hours. I was honestly going to get off at 3 hours. Hey, thank you so much, Ibuprofen, for the $50. I appreciate you, Ibuprofen. Show some love to Ibuprofen down below in that chat. Thank you for the love. Huge shout out to Ibuprofen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get 500 Ibuprofen W's. I think that we also have quite a few people to thank on Venmo and PayPal real quick. Over on Venmo, thank you so much, Kimberly, for the $15. Who says, funny story, got an abortion at 17, got an IUD in the procedure. My IUD was symbolized as my zygote's headstone. I got my IUD replaced a couple years ago and cried more about the headstone than the actual zygotes. Yikes. Oh, I appreciate ya. How interesting, Kimberly. Thank you as well, Ashley, for the $10, who says, having children is what changed my mind from being pro-life to being pro-choice. I bet that for a lot of people that actually make them pro-choice. Henry, thank you for the $10, who says, hey, I've been listening to your VODs every day at work, and I've really learned a lot. Thank you for all that you do. I'm so happy that you learned a lot, Henry. We love that. Shelby with the $10, who says, because I had steak tonight for dinner. Let's go, Shelby. And Patsy, thank you for the $50 donation on Venmo. I appreciate you. Let's get 500 Patsy W's. The GOAT. Patsy with the 50 says, teacher here. I thank you for educating, voicing, and changing minds. That teacher is insane. Oh my goodness gracious. They had lost their goddamn mind. I appreciate you for the $50. You are awesome. Over on PayPal, Mimosa, thank you for the $42 donation, who says, Dean just tuned in, starting to going to work soon. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate you, Mimosa. I am doing well. We got taken down on TikTok, but it is what it is. I guess we were honestly planning to hop off at this time as well. Kyle, thank you for the $10, who says, hope the debates are good today and people could get out of the bath. Kyle, we had a bunch of people in the bath. Evan, thank you so much for the $13, who says, you dissolved my MAGA brain cells a while back after I unironically said that Trump was just pissy-wissy sometimes. I remember you, bruh. Oh my god, dude. I remember you, dude. Oh my god, even. I remember you, Debra. That's crazy. Veronica, thank you so much for the $15, who says, hey, Dean, just want to let you know how much I love these streams. I don't support Trump, but I used to and almost went to Hillsdale, LOL. Your Jubilee surrounded pushed me to UVA instead. Love that. Wanted to know your thoughts on Title 4, Protection of Women and Girls in Sports Act of 2025. Well, do you let me know that you're still here, Veronica? I'll answer that question. I just don't know if you're still here or not because you could have been a TikTok viewer. Thank you so much, Amanda, for the $10. Who says, I must know, what are your girlfriend's opinion on the hair thing? She's like hesitantly anti-buzzcut, but she also thinks that it could look good. And Mr. John, thank you so much for the $126 donation on PayPal. John, that is very, very kind of you. Thank you, John. Let's get 1,000 John W's. John with $126 says, I've been debating this jackass on Facebook who's running from a question of whether rape is a disqualifier because Ted Cruz told him Truman dropped the bomb and FDR imprisoned the Japanese and equates that to permitting a rapist. Well, I do really appreciate you for the $130, John. Yeah, good luck debating the MAGA idiots. All the love in the world to you, brother. I don't even know if John is watching this stream right now because we got taken down on TikTok, but that's such a kind donation. Hey, John, reading this on stream now. Thank you for the love and crazy story. You're amazing. Let's go get that sent to John. I want to make sure he knows that we love him. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. I believe in people. Thank you for the $5. Freighter with a $7 says, very entertaining, Dean. Hope you're entertained. Gabrielle, thank you for the $10. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. It looks like the community consensus is no buzz. I don't think that we're going to be getting a buzz cut. I don't like, dude, there's a lot on the line, man. There's a lot on the line. There's a lot on the line, dude. What a crazy takedown. All right, folks, I'm going to take questions from you guys for the next, let's see here, 6 minutes. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to ask now, friends. Feel free to ask now, friends, and then we will just go ahead and end for the night. Might as well just end here in 6 minutes. Let me turn the whole YouTube chat on so I can see everyone. Dean, you had quite a handful of dipshits today, but you handled it all flawlessly and well fucking done, brother. Hey, thank you, Virtual Elf 84. We did have some dipshits today. We did. Someone says, what's your favorite color? Either a forest green or like a really like clean blue. Really clean blue. Philip says, what's your favorite color? Well, I just answered that question, Philip. You probably don't know that yet because of the stream delay. Someone in the chat asked, did you used to be in a band? Yeah. I was. It wasn't like a band. There was just a group of friends that enjoyed playing music, though. Someone in the chat says, Dean, do you vape? No. No, I don't vape. What are your top 4 movies? Ooh. I have a lot of favorite movies. That one would be hard to narrow down. I think that The Odyssey is going to be somewhere up there. The Odyssey that came out this year, that was gold. That was gold, dude. Loved The Odyssey. Alrighty, folks. We're going to go ahead and end the stream here for the evening. We're going to be back tomorrow. Want to let y'all know that I'm starting to spend a chunk of change on security after the last couple days. I can't be any more specific with what that security is. I can't be. I literally can't be any more specific with what that security is to not give anybody like an insight. into what exactly the get down is. Well, I'll tell you guys more about that tomorrow. Just want to let y'all know. Really interesting update. That's all from me for the night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye.